2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8.
Johnny Lamb Jones. Wide receiver.
As a season ticket holder of the Jets, I'm going to fool
Ken O'Brien of California Davis.
Obviously, the Jets know something that, the people up there don't.
Fullback. Hello. Roger Vick. Jeff Wagaman.
Jets just don't understand the dress all back.
Blair Thomas, running back, Penn State. Johnny Mitchell. The New York Jets select tight end from Penn State, Kyle Brady. Vernon Golson.
Cleveland's graded the 5th pick to the New York Jets. And with the 5th pick in the 2009 NFL Draft, New York Jets select Mark Sanchez.
D. Milner. Smith. Jets select quarterback Christian Hackenberg.
Sam Darnold.
The New York Jets select Zach Wilson.
Future Pro Bowler, Elijah Moore.
Michael Carter, running back.
And we are back. What's happening, everybody? Welcome to the final 2022 10 o'clock mock. I am GreenBean, and I am happy. I am happy that you are here. I'm happy I am here to be here with you guys. And I'm happy for the show that we got tonight. I don't know if you guys are aware of this. It's leaked out a couple of times, just a couple. But we have been tracking you from the background this whole time. Now, I know you know about Google listening to your conversations in your kitchen. I know you know that. You talk about the Olsen twins in a room, and then an hour later you're getting ads on the Olsen twins' new makeup line. How does that happen? Because they're listening. We know that. But did you know that we over here at GreenBean, GreenBeanJetsfan.com YouTube channel, we have put forth an initiative to track our thoughts and progress throughout the 10 o'clock mock season. Did you guys know that? Did you know? And I'm going to bring on the guy who's been tracking you. He's been watching. He's been sneaking around in the background, looking at you guys, collecting numbers and adding them all up. And we're going to talk all about this stuff. I couldn't be more excited. It's here. We get to finally reveal all of our collected data. Like Jerome Stax says, we have to figure out how to fill the next 69 hours and 56 minutes. So we're going to talk about data. The guy who's been tracking you is coming on right now. You know him. You're going to recognize him. And here he comes right now. Let's say hello to our good buddy, Y2K. There he is. Look at him. See that? He's adding it up.
You know what? I might have been born an only child, but for this group, I am Big Brother.
There you go. You see that? I like that. See? Yeah, and look, you've embraced it. You're like, yeah, man, I collect data. I'm watching. You're the eyes and you're the electric eye in the sky. That's what you are.
I'm the guy pedaling the bicycle to make sure the electricity stays on, to make sure we pay the bills,
That's exactly right. So before we get moving, Y2K, I want to say hello to some people in the chat. I see Alexander is here. I was just talking to Alexander over in Ryan's Monday night stream. I was just talking to Alexander. Alexander doesn't understand how I could see offensive tackle at number 4 as a problem. So we were discussing that, but that was like, what, Alexander, 4 minutes ago? And look, now we're all the way over here in a different world, and we're here together. So I want to say hello to you. Kyle Orangby's here, Stud City. Chris Bradigan saying what's up to you, Y2K.
Hey, Chris.
Three Amigos is back. Good to see you, Three Amigos. Talking Jets with Tigo. My good buddy Dark Soldier's here. George Gillen, Robbie Oak. Slaugo is back. This is so good. I'm glad that you guys are all coming because, look, we spend a lot of time together, right? But this particular show, I feel, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel as though this particular show, we get to know each other a little bit deeper. It's like, I'm just letting you guys run the show. All I do over here is put like on paper what you guys say to do. That's why it's so funny when people yell at me afterwards, Y2K. People say, GreenBean, that last draft, that was your worst yet. I'm like, mine? I just put polls out. The chat does that. It's not mine, so I get blamed. But it's nice that we're here tonight because, as was just said, we have just over 6 days left, right? Or just under 6, what it was, 69 hours. That's what it was. 3 days.
69 hours. Appropriate
Right.
number.
6 days. I know. I just got like when I said it, it felt wrong. I'm like 6 days. I think it was that long, but
6 days till it's over.
Yeah, until it comes to its crescendo. So it's just nice that we all come back and we can spend this time together and go over this. Now let's see how we've grown. Eric Craig is here. Pete DeTraglia. I was just talking to Pete too. John Rogers. There he is. He's saying hello to his underneath the planet mate. You got Braden Bethwaite down there in New Zealand, and John Rogers is in Australia. B2B is here. Jets World is here. Nick Rousseau and Matt L. Our good buddy Gitmo Bob. He says, evening, we are finally in the home stretch. Indeed we are. Indeed we are. Phenom is here. Abe is here. I love you guys, man. This is so cool. Bishop and Chromerica Industries.
Vandalay Industries?
Yeah, I know. Vandalay Industries. Richard from Jersey, blow it all up and draft Williams at 4 and Debo with our 10th. He says, that's it. I want wide receivers. I don't care. That's what he wants. Hey, sometimes you get to that point. You're like, dude, stop dancing around a position. Just do what you got to do to make a position of strength. Stop smearing the wealth all over the place. Put all your cards right on the table and get me a solid wide receiver core. You know what I mean? Just do it. So I get it. I do get it, Richard. So Jets Jedi is here as well. Now, guys, Donker Sloot, I see. Yeah, man. Grove Pete is really kind of he's touching a nerve right there. And this is why this is the final one, Grove Pete. No mocks. No more. So what we're going to do tonight, hopefully we can change it up a little bit and, and do something a little bit different than we've done here for the past couple of years that we've been doing this. Number one, I want to show you all how you've grown. So again, Y2K has been keeping track of who we picked, how many positions before the combine and free agency, after combine and free agency. So we're going to see what we were and how much that is or is not like how we are today. Then, once we're done with that, we are going to get into the mocks. But here's what we're going to do. As you know, I didn't put a theme poll out there today because I already knew what I wanted to do. I'm challenging you all. That's right. You heard it. It's going to be me versus all of you. You guys, because I'm tired of getting blamed for your shitty mocks. Okay? Some of them are really, really damn good, though. But so I'm going to run a mock for myself. I'll put myself on a 3-minute timer so I don't have to take all night. You guys can have as long as you want because there's going to be 300-400 of you hopefully in here soon. So you guys will do a mock on one sim. I'll do a mock on another sim. Then we're going to grade it at the end. And you guys are all going to bow to the king of mocks, GreenBean. That's the way it's going to go.
To the wizard, as you've been described.
That's right. Well, I think that's just the beard. They're cheating. You know what I mean? They're cheating. They, look, it makes me feel good at first. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a wizard. I'm like, oh, I'm just a beard. That's what is really going on, Y2K.
That's true. There are people who already want to be on your team. They want to abandon the cat.
I see that.
They want to join GreenBean. Wow.
Yeah, I see that. Look at Lou Chandler. If this isn't the saying of Jets fans, if this doesn't perfectly lay it out, man, I don't know what does. We're assholes. And we are. And that includes me.
It's just to what extent. It's just to what extent.
That's right. That's right. So Jack Burke says this is the best idea you've had. Yes, a lot of people are into it. Mock you too, Fat Gandalf. Mock you, buddy. Let's see. JETS says, I've watched and done hundreds of these things in the past couple of months. Still fired up for this one. See? And that's the whole charm of this one. Like, look, JETS, this is the whole design. Like, I know we're all doing mocks. I know every single show, out from McShay to Kuiper to Jake to Matt O'Leary. Everybody's doing mocks. And then we're home working the Sims by ourselves on our phone. So every week I try to figure out how can ours be different here, so at least gives us something else to look at, right? So, all right, let's get into a couple super chats, and then we're going to go right into Y2K's data. Kyron, I think that's how you say it. Karen, GreenBean, I love your draft strategies. I am a fan of Ryan and Matt, etc. Glad to be getting to know you. Stick to your plans, brother. We're little boobies. Is that boobies, an ass, or a heart? Y2K? What do you think? Oh, okay. I see boobies. I'm saying I'm looking down. I'm looking down at boobies, like above someone's head, you know? Well, thank you.
Did anybody else in the chat see that and their first thought was boobies? Did anybody was anybody else thinking that besides
no?
You know,
well, hey, I'm 50. I'm going to be 50 years old this year. I am who I am, I think. I think that's just the way it goes. So, well, thank you, Karen. I do appreciate that. I am also a fan of Ryan and Matt. That is sincere. I feel very fortunate that I get to do as much interaction as I get to with them. And as you guys know, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we have a huge 3-day stream going on. I hope you guys can check in for that. That's going to be a blast, man. We've had such a good time over the years doing that one, and this one should be no different. The only difference is it's going to be better because we have so much more planned for this one than we usually do. So, but thank you, Karen. I appreciate that. Kevin C checking in. Is this year about Zach or not? Get him weapons. Get the proven talent. Debo, not some lottery pick at 10. Jets fans, stop being cheap. Pay up. Well, what do you think, Y2K? Are you in the Debo camp?
I am in the Debo camp. I would make the trade. My thought has been to trade. If it takes 35 and 38, fine, but then trade down 10 and recoup some of that draft capital because, you know, we love that second round as of late. It seems like that's usually the sweet spot in the drafts. And I believe the second round is no longer a ancient Indian burial ground for the Jets like it was for the better part of a decade. You know, if Debo, you know, and John Lynch said today, I can't imagine trading Debo Samuel. Well, start thinking, John, because Debo don't want to play for you anymore. We've seen video evidence of it. We've seen tweets. We've seen he's done everything but basically come out and hold a press conference saying, I will not play for San Francisco anymore.
Well, that's so fascinating, isn't it? Why? What happened?
His feet are in the fire. John Lynch's feet are going to be in the fire soon. The longer he waits, the bigger trouble he's going to be in. His hand may be forced.
Yeah, I think so. So here's the thing. I'm with you, Kevin. I really want you to know. I would love to get Debo Samuel. I would even go as high as the 10. You throw in Debo and maybe a fourth, like I did in my official 7-round mock on GreenBean's Jets pod this morning. That is available now to you guys, by the way. But I traded for Debo. I got Debo in a fourth for the 10th overall pick, right? Like when you look at all the trades and who's been traded for what, Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, it's all around pick 13, 15. So I don't see why Debo Samuel would be worth 10. But I would do it. But you got to remember, we don't know all the details. So just because Joe Douglas isn't doing it, there's stuff in the mix that might be included. Maybe Debo doesn't want to come to New York. Maybe, we don't know. So anyway, I'm with you. All right, let's get into one more. Jets Jedi checking in. Thank you, Jets Jedi, for the little super chat there. I don't see a question. If you do have a question, go ahead and throw it in there. And Jeremy, if you don't mind, could you keep an eye out for Jets Jedi there? See if he has a question.
What is that? In California currency or Canadian currency? What's he doing here?
That's Casa Astronoma. That's what that is.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a new country in by
Toledo. Bitcoin or something. I don't know.
It's a new country by Toledo. Yeah, Jets Jedi. Tell us what that is. I don't know what currency that is.
You're sending me like a couple of loonies, then from Canada.
Right.
I'd be careful there.
Cool. So, all right. So here we go. So, guys, like as I told you before, we have been keeping track, and by we I mean Y2K. We have discussed it, but he's done all the work. So he's been keeping track of everything that we've done at the 10 o'clock mock. So we're going to go over our first mock. And I want to hear your guys' take on how it sounds to us now. All right. In the beginning, we started, we got in, we had the players we loved and everything, and things change as the offseason goes on. So let's get into that. Wat2K, how did our first 2022 10 o'clock mock go?
So that draft took place actually on December 16th, 2021. The Jets season wasn't even over by then. And we have done 15 mock drafts total. 15 of them.
15.
And, yeah, just to give you the big picture, we've taken 72 different players, 150 total picks. And the first one, though, was December 16th. It was you, me, and I think Frankie and Jeremy were on it too. And it was just a complete impromptu draft. It was your idea. We did one that night. And
oh, that's right. I remember that. That's right. Yeah. Okay, cool. Now I'm with you. Okay, great.
That was
Wait, real quick, Wat2K. That is Canadian money. That's not the right one. Pete Franco's checking in with Canadian money. Cramerica says he lives in Toledo. And then B2B says, holy shit, I was in Toledo today. So I picked out just a random place. And everybody's like, hey, I'm in Toledo. So that's cool. So thank you, Franco. Okay, go on. So tell us what we did.
Okay, first pick, fourth overall, we drafted George Karlaftis. Edge Purdue.
I still like that. So, but that's at 4. We took George Karlaftis at 4.
Fourth overall. Now a lot
Got
of
it.
people are thinking back of the first round for
Very,
Karlaftis.
very interesting.
First, all right. Also in the first round with pick number 9, because at the time we had the 9th pick, not the 10th. We drafted Tyler Linderbaum, center from Iowa.
Ooh, how the mighty have fallen. Remember that, Wat2K? Remember the Tyler Linderbaum love chat? You guys were out of control.
We go through these guys like Elizabeth Taylor went through husbands back in the day, or Kardashians go through boyfriends and stuff like that. It's
right. Totally.
Oh my gosh.
Totally.
You're welcome, Rob. You're very welcome. I enjoy doing it. Okay, second round with number 36 overall, we drafted a cornerback, Trent McDuffie from Washington.
Okay, so we got Karlaftis, we got Linderbaum, and we went Trent McDuffie, cornerback.
Yeah.
We haven't heard his name in a while, Wat2K.
Not to the Jets. Yeah, definitely not to the Jets. And,
right.
The more I look at this, the more interesting it gets. Here's where it starts to get a little bit interesting. Number 2, with our next second round pick, number 39, we drafted a tight end. Not the one you're thinking of, but Jalen Wiedermeyer from Texas A&M.
Holy shit. Look, right? Salty nuts. Salty's like, wow, we've matured. Dude, think about this draft. Remember how much you guys loved Linderbaum? It was a fist fight every first round. And then we took Wiedermeyer with pick 38
with the tight ends. Yeah.
Oh my God.
This draft, it was a Wiedermeyer draft.
Yeah, they're correcting you. It's 30. I heard that too. Don't he knows. He's got a lot of data in front of him. Yeah. So okay, wow. Wiedermeyer, who we now know has a very impressive RAS score of 1. Conversely, a guy like Jelani Woods has a RAS score of 10. Now, we know Wiedermeyer can play football. That's not the question, but he has definitely fallen from grace, as we say. Yep. Interesting.
And the falls just keep on coming. We had a third second-round pick, number 45 overall, and it was Brandon Smith, the linebacker from Penn State.
Okay, yep. In the beginning, before everybody really got in some time to dig into the linebackers, we went right with Penn State because linebacker you. So we all leaned Brandon Smith a little bit in the early going. That's interesting. I forgot about that. Now we like, Leo Chanel and a lot of guys like Muma, and obviously Christian Harris is still there. But Brandon Smith was one of our guys in the early rounds.
One of the guys who was responsible for it was Dom C. He was not on the Brandon Smith bandwagon. I think that talked a lot of us out of it, to be honest.
Dom C?
Yeah, not a Brandon Smith guy.
Interesting. Now that's funny, man. Dom C, man, I gotta say, like, this was his first year doing the draft, analytics for us. Not really analytics, but just kind of breakdowns and stuff for us. And boy, oh boy, did that guy show how much ahead of the curve he was with stuff. I mean, now we don't know about the actual draft and where it's gone, but he was predicting guys that were going to have these late offseason bursts and bumps and slide. And he was months ahead of everybody, ups and downs. So that's another check for Dom C, everybody. All right, go on.
All right. Now it's going to get a little bit crazy. With our third round pick, number 69, we drafted a safety, Jalen Catalon from Arkansas, who is now returning to school.
Oh, my God. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So what was his name? Jalen what?
Catalon.
Catalon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I don't think I've even dug in. He must have went back early.
Yeah.
I don't even.
Later, he said, "No, I'm going back to Arkansas." So,
okay, interesting. Okay, so then we took a safety. Where are we, in the fourth round now?
Now we're going to the fourth round. Yeah, we did about a 12-pick draft. We did a lot of trading. All right. Number 4, with our fourth round pick, number 109, we drafted wide receiver from Boston College, Zay Flowers, who is also going back to school now.
Yeah, I like Zay Flowers. We're going to keep that name on our minds, guys. Next year we'll be talking about Zay Flowers. I liked him a whole bunch. But yep, went back to school too. Interesting. Keep going.
Next fourth round pick, number 123, John Mechie, wide receiver, Alabama.
Oh,
there are a few of us who we are still very high on him despite his ACL injury.
Right, back-to-back wide receivers in the fourth. Interesting.
Back wide receivers. Yep. All right. Then to the fifth round, number 146. You talk about a guy who fell off the cliff. Hassan Haskins, running back from Michigan. We had a love affair with this guy for the first month. I think we drafted him 3 out of our first 4 drafts, and then we never drafted him again.
You know why? That was an early Rusty Diamond. That's what that was. He was all up. Yeah, look, in the early going, look, how many of us can really just watch college football all year, right? We have a team. You watch some more exciting games from the big games, but then you need time to really look into these players. And if somebody comes out and goes, dude, trust me, this guy, you look at a highlight reel and you're like, yeah. So we do that in the beginning. That's what's happening. Hassan Haskins. So we never drafted him again?
We drafted him 3 times. We'll talk about the position thing in a little bit, but
okay,
pretty much after January, we never drafted him again.
Okay, cool. All right, where are we now?
Okay, so that was 5th round. Then that was number 146. Then I remember this was my pick. You gave me this pick to pick whoever I wanted, and I had noticed at this point we hadn't yet taken an offensive lineman. I'm like, we got to get some help on offensive line. So I just picked some random guy I didn't know. 5th round, 157. Some guy named Tyler Smith.
Tyler Smith. God!
Rocketing up the draft chart.
I was going to guess it. That was great. Yep, that was the guy I was thinking. And I will say again, that was an early Dom C. Dom C went out on a limb, I don't know, a month and a half ago and said, I love Tyler Smith. Watch. He's going to climb on the draft boards and everybody's going to fall. And he goes, I'm staking whatever minimal reputation I have at this point. I'm staking it on Tyler Smith. How interesting is that, huh? Yep. So look, you and Dom were lockstep on that one. Good for you.
Definitely a riser on that. Now we have back-to-back picks. We took Smith at 157, and then at 158, I think this might have been Jeremy. It was either Jeremy or Frankie. We took Jeffrey Gunter, pass rusher from Coastal Carolina.
I like Gunter. That was good. Yep. There you go. Jeremy's in the back cheering. He's a Jeffrey Gunter guy. That's awesome.
All right. We had 2 more picks left. So our 6th round pick, we traded a lot, guys. Is it a mismatch draft? No, we only took 1 safety. Anyway, 200. We took actually no. This was our 2nd safety, Colby Harvey Peel from Oklahoma State.
Oof, I don't even know who that is.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Peel.
One more time after this. So.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, rings a bell.
And then finally, 7th round, 255. We drafted our kicker, Cade York from LSU.
Yeah, we were definitely on a kicker kick. But don't forget, I don't think we had signed Eddie Pinheiro back yet, and we didn't sign Zerline. So we have since brought in 2 kickers that we did not have. So it's understandable. I still would love Cade York. If we got him as an undrafted, he's not making it to undrafted free agent. I think he's too good. Rob V wants to remind Jets Forever that he is also a bust, along with Chanel and Brandon Smith. You're getting in early, Jets Forever. That was good, Rob. So okay, did we pick anybody else?
That was it. That
was it.
Like
so give me just quickly run through that again so I can reattach my brain to it.
Okay, George Karlaftis.
Tyler
Linderbaum. Trent McDuffie.
Okay.
Jalen Wiedermeyer. Brandon Smith,
Okay.
Jalen Catalon, safety.
Yeah.
Zay Flowers, John Mechie, Hassan Haskins, Tyler Smith, Jeffrey Gunther, Colby Harvell Peel, and Cade York.
All right, guys, give us your letter grades for our first 10 o'clock mock, just as it would stand now. If that ended up being the draft that we witnessed this weekend, what letter grade would you give it? All right, now what would you give it, Y2K? Where do you stand on this one?
Oh boy, for me, yeah, this is kind of tough to look at in retrospect. For me, I'd go about a C- on this one with some of these guys.
C-,
especially since two of these guys went back to school, so they almost feel like wasted picks. Really, I mean, I like Mechie, I like Linderbaum, but at 9, it's a little bit rich. Wiedermeyer and Smith have fallen. Tyler Smith,
it's a good one.
Yeah,
good
and
pick.
Jeffrey Gunter too. So C to C-.
Yeah, I think I'm in the same range. I'm thinking C-. I might even say D. If we didn't come out of there with Karlaftis and then later Tyler Smith, I do like Gunter too, late round. So I mean, there's a few guys. McDuffie's going to be a baller. So we got some players. Maybe not the exact players we need. I'm seeing a lot of C's. Drew Pacabra gives it a D-. New York Jets Smoking Lounge gives it a C. Iowan Jets fans, what's up, Iowa? C- or C? Although Tyler Smith should push it up some. Yeah, I think that's where I am. Bradigan gives it a D-. Anthony is C. Jim Pot gives it a K. For a killer, dude. That's what he's doing. Salty Nuts gives it an F. All right.
I think the letter is low enough for Gitmo Bob's.
Yeah.
He hates it more now.
Robbie Yoke has the perspective. He says, for December, though, nice job. Like, look, we got some potential starters there and some contributors. You know, Gunter's going to be a contributor. He might not ever make that starting edge rusher role, but he's probably going to be a good contributor in his career. Some guy gives it a B-. And I see some more of that. So Slaugo says, I can't play with this anymore. It's an F. I don't think it's an F. I'm like C- is where I am. Even maybe even a C. I'm liking it more and more. All right. Well, good stuff.
Picked up any draft picks for the future, because to me, those future picks always help. But I don't think we did that because we had 13 picks in this draft. So, what could we have added for next year, because we had so many picks in this draft,
Yeah. Jet Show giving it a D. Well, look, man, here's my thing. I love Karlaftis. I would be very happy if he's the guy we pick. I know people want to nitpick. He doesn't have this, doesn't have that. I think he's going to be one of the more consistent impacts out of the top edges in this draft. And I love him. It's like, I'm done looking around. I love him. But I get it. I get why people don't, but I do. I think he's just incredibly underrated. So coming away with him and then Linderbaum, who we know is going to slide, but dude, that's 2 starters. I'd be happy with that. All right, so we're going to quickly talk about our pre-draft. I'm sorry, I said it again. Pre-free agency players. Which positions have we taken the most? And then let's look at how it changes dramatically after free agency and the combine.
Okay. All right, so we're going to go one position at a time here. Now, obviously, we did not draft any quarterbacks. We did not draft any punters. So we'll leave those positions out. But we'll just kind of go in order here. So we'll start with the running backs. So, and just to remind the chat, we did 15 drafts total, 10 of those before free agency started, the main period of free agency, 5 after. So it was an even like 2/3, 1/3 split. Okay? So
right, okay, good.
So we drafted 150 total players. We drafted 15 running backs in those 15 drafts. So 1 running back per draft.
Every single draft, we took a running back.
Every one. Yep. 10 pre-agency and 5 post free agency. So it was
incredible.
Split right down. And we took 7 different running backs. But the 2 guys that we took most often, we took 2 guys 3 times, Hassan Haskins and Brian Robinson.
Brian, really? I thought it might have been Rashad White. Interesting.
Yeah, I think we took. I've got a Google sheet here that's on another part of my computer that I can look somebody up really quick. But all
right, go ahead. Well, do that. Do that real quick. I'm gonna just acknowledge. I see Jeremy put in there that Jedi did put in a a question later. He said, here's what I want with our top 5. Give me KT at 4, Burks at 10, then trade 35, 38 and get Linderbaum. I would hate to see them trade 35 and 38 for Linderbaum, but if we'd used a 4th to jump up and got him, I'd be fine.
You shouldn't have
Not
to trade
bad.
35 and 38 to move back into the first round, to be honest. I think it's too much. That's too much.
Yeah, it's just a little too much, but we're with you. I mean, I get what you're saying there. All right, there's a couple super chats. I just want to, because if I get to a point we can't see him anymore. Kevin C, thanks, buddy. He says, GreenBean, I feel Linderbaum will be taken by the Jags with 33. Should we jump them and get the kid? If the Jags don't take Icky at 1, I feel that's their pick for sure. Well, here's what I would say. I think that Linderbaum can be taken by many teams, but I think that the floor for him, he's not sliding past the Bengals. They're at 31. So if we were going to jump up, if Tyler Linderbaum is a guy that we really want, you got to trade up to 30 to jump the Bengals, in my opinion. Now, if he makes it through the first, and you're thinking that the Jags are going to take him at 33, which is the first pick in the second round, I definitely wouldn't give both my seconds for it or anything like that, like was just said by Jets Jedi. But if I really want him, man, and why not give a 4th? You know what I mean? Why not? If you can use 35 and 117 to get a first round pick, essentially, and you're just like, hey, throw in I want him, then do it. I wouldn't be happy with. I wouldn't be upset with that at all. Let me see, Jeremy. Were there any more? I don't want to get too far behind. I think that's it.
I think we're good.
Okay.
Kevin C was the most recent one. Then we should be good.
Okay. All right. All right. So what were you just saying there?
Okay. So that was the running backs breakdown. And the last time we drafted again, Hassan Haskins was January 24th. So it was a very early love affair with Haskins that died very quickly. So
got it.
That's it for running backs.
So that's surprising though. So running back is the number 1 position for us.
No, I'm just going in order, like through the offense, then through the defense, just to keep it, rather than just jumping all over the field, just to keep it a little more organized.
Okay.
Going through a bunch, like I'm breaking down each like tackle, guard, and center, not just offensive line.
Gotcha.
Really organize it. Okay, wide receiver. So we took 20 wide receivers, 14 of those pre-free agency, 6 post-free agency. So a pretty good division there. What's interesting, though, is of those 20 picks, there were 13 different wide receivers that we drafted. Now, this is what's amazing to me. We drafted 1 wide receiver 3 times. You know who that might have been?
1 wide receiver 3 times?
We drafted 1 wide receiver 3 times.
Traylon Burks.
Nope.
That's my guess.
If the chat might know who this is.
No, go ahead, because there's a delay on it, so it's gonna take.
Okay.
Yeah, I would. In the beginning, we loved Burks. Before the combine, we were 100% Burks.
We drafted Burks 2 times, but we drafted a couple of guys twice. Dodson, Burks, Jameson Williams, and of course Kyle Phillips, most importantly. But
right,
there was one guy who we drafted 3 times, and it was Sky Moore.
Sky Moore.
Yes.
Okay. Now we actually drafted him. I think we drafted him recently too, or was he mostly in the beginning?
It's weird with him. He's been very spread out. We actually drafted him. No, it was actually like 3 out of 4 drafts here that we drafted him rather early on. I think it was like February. Yeah, late January, early February when we were drafting Sky. So it's
wait, I lost you. No, something happened to your mic.
There
there you go. Yeah. You had paper on it.
Some paper around. Yeah, we drafted him 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4 drafts. But the most amazing thing to me, and I think this was what surprised me more than anything. There are 2 guys we did not draft one time. We never drafted Drake London. We never drafted Garrett Wilson.
Never drafted Jake London.
We never drafted Wilson or London.
And look at Peter Chestnut. London was his guess. I can't believe we never drafted London. Not once.
Not one time. It never.
That's incredible.
He's always going late in the first round, and we're always drafting early first, early second. Just the way the board's set.
He's just right. That's interesting because as we know, lots of Jets fans like him at 10. He's one of the guys in the conversation, but he's never won. I want to do a quick shout out to new subscriber NorCal Steve, thanks for subscribing, buddy. I hope you have a good time. We're going to have a good one tonight. We'll be doing this for another five minutes or so, I'd say, getting through some of this data. And then this is our final mock. It's going to be head-to-head, me versus all of you, 2 separate mocks. We're going to see how you guys do versus how I do. And then we're going to see.
Be clear on this, Chad. I want to be clear with you. I am with you. I am not with GreenBean on this thing.
Right. So he's part of your brain trust. Okay, cool. So what's this? The Mets just rallied. It's 3-2 Mets, or did they win?
Yep. It's 3-2 Mets. Now it's 5-2 Mets.
There you go.
My man Nimmo with a home run. All right.
There you go, Mets.
Sugar Eddie ball game to close out St. Louis, which would be an amazing win. They were down 2-0 in the 9th inning, so they could pull this off. That'd be a fantastic win.
Good for the Mets. Good for Mets fans. As we know, lots of fans. All they need is for a word to rhyme. So we got Mets fans. That's all it needs. It's just too easy.
Brandon Nimmo. That's not cool, man. Come on, Rob.
Hey, it is what it is.
You retracted it, and you better retract Brandon Nimmo hate. I'm a fan.
So. Yeah, so right, King Blaze says go Yankees. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm technically a Yankees fan, but admittedly, I haven't watched baseball in some time. I love. I mean,
being a Yankee fan,
dude, I was a bleacher creature for like 10 years, man. I used to only watch.
Throw any cans at opposing players?
No, but I did. I did go to the game with, God rest his soul, a big 480-pound buddy of mine, Dan McGlynn. He went to a Yankees game. And the Flyers were playing I think it was the Rangers or whoever in the playoffs. And we went to a Yankee game, and he was wearing a Flyers jersey to the bleachers. And for a solid hour, and then we just left, a solid hour, we were covered in mustard, cream cheese, beer. I mean, it just was all night. It was all day. It was the whole time. Like, no, it never stopped. We said, I got to go.
This is well before you could obviously text security. This is where that was probably encouraged. This was the old stadium, I'm guessing.
I've never been to the new stadium. Yeah, I'd never been there, but I used to go to the games all the time. I've had a couple of really beautiful experiences, man. Like meeting a girl, ended up hanging like crazy stuff. Yankee Stadium was a special place, but again, when I got sober, I had to take out a lot of sports. So I kept the Jets. I still watch some Nets, but not like I used to. All right. Let's go through this. So give us some more important ones. And again, just want to make sure we can convey how we've come, where we've come from. There it is.
Okay. So that was wide receiver, tight end. So tight end is the position we drafted more than any other. We drafted tight end 21 times.
21 times in 15 mocks.
Yeah, 21.
So this is now a lot of that has to be before free agency, because we were a big old-fashioned double up on tight end group, weren't we, man? We like to double up on those tight ends.
It is truly amazing. We drafted tight end 17 times pre-free agency and only 4 times post-free agency. And the player we drafted more than any other by far was Trey McBride. We drafted him 9 times, every time in the second round, and we did it in 8 of 9 drafts. It was like they should have just given us Trey McBride as soon as we started the mock.
I know. He was a lock. And then it's funny. The next week after free agency, we never saw him there again. Never I don't think we've taken Trey McBride once since.
No. And we drafted, and of the last 6 tight ends we've taken, 4 times we've drafted Jelani Woods. Jelani Woods has become our new Trey McBride like 3 rounds later.
Interesting.
So we're all about Jelani Woods now.
Jelani Woods has been our guy, right? We haven't even seen any Ruckerts or anything since. Now, I want to make sure that Tammy McDaniel knows. She says this guy is smoking purple haze drafting Sky Moore. This isn't him. This is you. This is you guys. All right. This is just saying, as a collective, the chat on the 10 o'clock mock.
Why is it that the women who are involved in this group constantly accuse me of being on drugs? Whether it was like
dude,
crack pipe, and now it's Tammy with the purple. I don't even know where to get purple haze if I wanted it.
Yeah, I think it's more about I think that's another way of saying this guy must be stupid. That's another way to say it. But again, it's not you. You're just collecting the data. That's what I was saying earlier. I get blamed. I don't even pick. Pick.
Guys, check this out. Check this out, okay? If you hear bad news on the news report, are you blaming the news anchor? Some of you might, but it's really not the disabled who's causing the issues. That's all.
It depends how they spin it. You know what I mean? But yes, that old saying is, don't shoot the messenger. You know, like in 300. Remember when the guy came to bring the message from the Persians, and he was the messenger, and the guy just decided to kill him. So anyway, all right, give us another one. Let's do give me one or two more.
Okay, all right. Let me find something pretty good here. That's
all right. While you're looking, I want to acknowledge Kyle Orangeby. Thank you, Kyle, for the super chat. He says defensive end at 4. Either trade 10 for Debo or take a receiver with 10 and linebacker and safety with 35 and 38. Boom, instant upgrade all around. Hey, look, while you guys know, I am more on the side of taking an edge 4 or 10, edge Kyle Hamilton or edge linebacker, and then wide receiver and safety in the second, depending on how it goes, of course. But I would be totally happy if the Jets decide to get an edge rusher and Jameson Williams if he's there, or Garrett Wilson if he's. I'm totally happy with that. Like I'm not going to be surprised. So I think that's probably the way to go, and I think that Deebo Samuel is in play. I think that's actually possible. I'm not tying my heart to it or anything, but I do think it's realistic. You know, that we might trade 10 for Deebo. I don't think it's going to be straight up though. I think we're going to get something. In addition to that, because don't forget, man, the 49ers don't have a first for the next couple of years. So they want one. So, all right, Guatuke, what do you got for us?
I'm going to give you like 2 or 3 quick ones here, and I think that'll be pretty good. You know, we only took a defensive tackle one time.
No.
One defensive tackle, and that was like 2 weeks ago when you drafted Haskell Garrett from Ohio State. That was
Jesus.
the only defensive tackle.
Yeah. Well, you know, look, and I can respect that. You know, hey, we didn't want to do defensive tackle. I do think we'll probably add one, but that's interesting. I think as a collective, we don't really want a defensive tackle this year.
There's like a very small group of us who do want a defensive tackle, me included, because I think we need a good run-stopping interior defensive lineman. I'm not saying it has to be taken in the first round or even the second round, but I just don't think it can be ignored. But we only took one in 15 drafts. Okay, I'll give you a linebacker, and then I'm going to give you safety, and I think that'll be pretty good. Linebacker, we took 18 times, 13 pre-free agency, 5 post-free agency, and we doubled up early. We doubled up on linebacker 3 times in the first 5 weeks, and the other thing is, of the last 5 linebackers we've taken, 4 times we drafted Christian Harris. So this group likes some Christian Harris from Alabama.
Right. Well, I think, and rightfully so. I love Christian Harris. So 18 linebackers and only 3, did you say, post-free agency?
5 were post-free agency, but we doubled up on linebacker a couple of times, like 3 times.
Wow. See, look at that shift, guys. Why? What happened there? Because you know why? Because everybody fell in love with the wide receiver at 10 thing. That's what happened.
You know, it's not because we signed a linebacker. That's for sure.
We got rid of one.
Exactly. So. As we have chronicled thoroughly.
Right. Addition by subtraction.
Correct.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll give you one. All right, I'll just give you one more. And to me, this is, along with wide receivers, maybe the most fun one. We drafted 19 safeties. Okay? Safety was 19 times. 14 times pre-free agency and 5 times post-free agency. But here's what's so cool about it. Of those 19 picks, you know, we drafted 12 different safeties.
Really?
12.
So, all right, who's the number 1 safety taken?
You can guess.
Is it Hamilton?
It's Hamilton 3 times.
Nice. Good for you. Good for you guys.
But you know what? We were taking safety everywhere. So let me break this part down. We took a first-round safety 4 times because we took Brisker in the first round once recently. 3 second-round safeties, 2 third-round safeties, 4 third round, and 5 in the 5th round. We were taking safeties all over the map.
See, and and I like that. I like that about us. Like, so that's one of the I feel like that's a positive. Depending on where we've focused, so we've always brought in a safety all over the place, and we know this is a particularly strong safety class, so that shows that we're at least paying attention to that, and I like it. I like it. So pretty good.
Yeah. So those are the main things that I came up with. I guess the other thing, I'll let you know some quick first-round stats. There were 2 guys we drafted in the first round 4 times. and they were Jermaine Johnson and Tyler Linderbaum.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's who we're taking most frequently. 3 times we took Evan Neal, which now in retrospect is kind of surprising, but we were on our little Evan Neal kick for about a month there.
Yep.
Also,
I remember that.
Yep. Kyle Hamilton, Sauce Gardner, and George Karlaftis. We took them 3 times also.
Okay. How interesting, right? So look at how we've evolved, everybody. Now, thank you, Y2K, for doing that. I think there's the potential that he might put that in an article for you guys as well, so we can look at it and see. But no matter how you slice it, that was fantastic. And I sincerely appreciate it. It's really good because our memories don't always work clear, right? People telling me that they swear I said that my number 1 draft would be Hamilton and Dean in the first. Like, we remember stuff wrong. So when you have stuff documented, it helps. Like, look at us. I love that first draft. That was super cool. So we're going to get the mock started. Thanks again, Y2K. Everybody should put little applausey hands in the chat for Y2K so he feels good about the work that he's done. Remember, he's been doing that for the past 15 weeks for us. So incredible. Darrell Rivas checking in. Would you guys double up on linebacker Dean and Chanel with KT at 4? Man, will we have some speed on defense. Very similar to how I would say I wouldn't do it, but I wouldn't be unhappy if they doubled up at edge in the first round. Like if they decide to get like KT and Karlaftis, like as much as I don't think we should, I would be happy if we did, if that makes any sense. I would feel the same way here. I really do want to get some offense in there though in the first 4 picks. So I don't know how I feel, but I wouldn't be upset if we just decided to get, Kayvon Thibodeau, Nakobe Dean, and Leo Chanel. I mean, how can you be unhappy with that? I mean, we're going to lay people out next year. And again, we had the 32nd ranked defense. So interesting. Joshua checking in. Kanua. Joshua Kanuhai. Kanahai.
Or Kanui.
Who's ready for the day 3, the 3-day stream? This will be my 3rd or 4th year in a row. Always so great. Can't wait. Dude, I'm telling you right now, I am so excited for it. Like I have to keep myself tempered. Like seriously, I get really crazy now. Interesting. Let me give you guys a little fact. The first year that we were doing it, I was live with them for the first day mock round 1. The next day, I was literally moving out of my house into the RV. So that was the day that I started my trip. Was the 2nd day of the draft, 2020. So then day 3, I was back on the air, but I was checking in and stuff like that on the phone. And then last year, crazy, oddly enough, I ended up at the exact same place that I was at when I moved out of my house in Virginia for the draft. And this year, even though I traveled all over the country and everywhere, I'm back in the same place to do the draft again. Isn't that nuts? It's crazy. And the thing is, I'm selling my RV, so I was actually contemplating moving back my stuff into a house this weekend. So it'd be like I was going to move it back in on the draft again, but I'm not doing that because I can't handle it. But what a wacky world this is. But I'm excited. I'm excited that you're excited, Joshua. Joe Grana, Karlaftis reminds me of Klecko with both his strength and versatility. Dude, that's a good way to say it. Now, we're not saying, I doubt you're saying that, Karlaftis is going to beat Klecko. Klecko was a very special player. But don't forget, he wasn't a first-round pick either, man. And so these types of guys that you think of as kind of like they don't have maybe the natural athleticism, that doesn't mean much when they have the will and the drive and the relentless attitude to succeed. And I do think that it's a fair point that you can see some of Klecko in Karlaftis. I'm telling you, man, Karlaftis, I'm done playing with it. He's one of my favorite players in the whole draft, and I think is going to be a stud. And he's going to end up on the Ravens or the Steelers or the Bills or something like that, and he's going to be an animal.
I can see the Cowboys. I can see the Cowboys drafting him, actually. Yeah,
I can see a lot of but that's right. And if he goes there with them with Micah Parsons and everybody, I mean, he's going to be a stud. But I'd love to get him. So last one before the draft, Don Tiki. Thank you, Don. He says, trade both seconds for Debo, take Sauce at 4, then trade down from 10 to pick up a mid-first and a second, take Karlaftis with the first and a linebacker in the second. Hey, look, man, it's a lot of shaking and moving, right, Don? It's a lot of shaking and moving. Now, again, I don't want to see our 2 seconds go. I don't. I would take a second and a third. I would even do 10 over the 2 seconds. But if you're able to trade the 2 seconds and move back from 10, like you said, gain a first, gain a second out of it. Okay, you get Debo on the squad, you get one of your seconds back, all that sort of stuff. I'd be happy with that if that's what they ended up doing. So you get Debo Samuel, Sauce Gardner, George Karlaftis, and let's say Leo Chanel or Christian Harris. I mean, that's not a bad draft. I want 2K. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I'd be pretty happy with that. It would hurt to lose both second-round picks, but you know what? We had to trade 2 3s to get Elijah Vera Tucker, and I don't have any regrets about it.
Right. Nobody's upset about it. I was upset that day because I had done so much research for the 3rd round.
I know.
I
go back and watch that. I have to be honest with you. I go back and watch the broadcast of that every once in a while since Ryan was out of the room and Matt's voice went up about 50 octaves. It was just so hysterical. It's like, Ryan, get back here. And within a few minutes, as soon as you saw the compensation. Now, this is before we knew that the Jets got a 4th round pick back. We just knew they were trading their 1 and 2 3s, and your words were, I hate it. And I'm like,
right.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, I love the play. Right.
It felt that way, but I knew it was the right pick. And I just had so much confidence in AVT, and I'm glad it's working out.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. I mean, dude, how do you dislike that one? Again, I didn't like it at the moment because I didn't want to give up the 2/3. I wanted to do something with them. And then, like I said, when we got the 4th back, so we got a 4th back in that trade, that helped me out. I felt a little bit better about that. Right. All right, guys. So look, here's how it's going to go. You guys are going to use. Wait a minute. Where am I? You guys are going to use the PFN, and I'm going to use the PFF. Okay, only because I need to what is that?
Stop doing cardio.
Shut up. Those videos just start playing. So we're going to do. You guys are going to do PFN. I'm going to do PFF only because it's very difficult to go back and forth between the same mock. It was very hard the other night when I did it, and I just want to make it easier on myself because I have the polls and everything else. So I'm going to do another thing. I'm going to bring Jeremy on to help us out with the mock tonight. Maybe help fill some of my space here as I'm confused. Help me not be so confused. Okay, so here's how it's going to go. You guys can discuss trades. You can discuss anything you want. I'm going to help, of course, but I'm not going to vote on your picks. And then none of you are voting on my picks. Okay? We can do whatever we want. So let's get this started. Are you guys ready? Yes. Chris Bradigan's ready. I saw Matthias was ready. Everybody's ready. Okay, so here we go. Oh, let me bring Jeremy on. Here he comes. All right, so say hello to NFL Chaos with Jeremy. There he is, everybody. Yay! He's going to help us out, too. Good morning, Jeremy. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. Always good to get Monday out of the way at work,
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely true.
My wife started a brand new career today at the University of Virginia, where one Jelani Woods is coming from. Awesome. And Bryce Hall and everything. So I started my new career as Mr. Mom today. I did homeschool all day and made lunch and dinner and cleaned the house, all that stuff. Crazy, right? I got a whole new world, dude. I'm like, so interesting. That's right, Mr. Mommy Bean. That's me. Okay, guys. So here we go. I'm going to push start on this mock. Here it goes. And let's see what happens. All right. So we'll look at the trade in a second. The first 3 picks, this is exactly the way I think the draft is going to go, by the way. This is my draft. Except I think that there's the potential for Hamilton at 3. So the Jaguars took Evan Neal, the Detroit Lions took Malik Willis, and the Texans took Aiden Hutchinson. So you guys have some trade offers. Here's it's only one trade offer, guys. So here it is.
It's that offer.
Okay. It's this one. Pick 4 for 16 and 19. Now we can try to counter, maybe get a 4th or a 5th or something like that on top of it. But now I'm going to put the poll in the chat. Okay. Trade. Yes or no? Here it is. The chat now has the poll. So guys, if you've never been here before, the way that we do this is really quite simple. You guys decide on what is going to happen here. So the first thing is we need to decide on the trade. So we have one trade offer from the Saints to basically get 2 firsts to jump back to 16. You get 16 and 19. So just go into that poll, vote yes or no. If you don't see the poll, hit refresh on your server or on your browser, I should say, and the poll should pop up. Okay, so we got guys saying take KT. Everybody's like, yeah, take. So look, for the people who want KT, it's very important that you say no to this trade, right? If that's the way it goes. So when you're thinking about saying yes to the trade, remember who you're going to lose, and is that the player that you really want? Okay, so we'll give this a few minutes. Jeremy, what do you think? Should you're on board with team chat? So who do you think, or what do you think about the trade?
I think that no is going to win. That's my prediction. If that's what you're asking, me personally,
yeah, I'm asking you. Right,
I'm against it because I'm just tired of finding ways out of getting our edge. Finally, I'm just sick and tired of it. You just grab Thibodeau. You don't mess around. We've been waiting too long.
Right. That's very well said. I mean, that's kind of what I'm saying all the time with the guys who want Icky, with the guys who want Sauce. I'm like, why is it? This is the strongest edge class we've seen in a while. We have the opportunity to grab a potentially dominating edge rusher. Why did we find yet another excuse to make it 23 years that we don't take an edge with our top pick? We find a reason every year. Every year we find a reason. So, Y2K, you think it's going to be yes or no? And then I'm going to end this poll. Get your votes in.
I think it's going to be a no. I think it's going to be pretty decisive. I don't think it's going to be like 80-20, but I'm thinking like 2/3 no. I think we want, Joe Douglas wants the picks with upside. He gambles on the upside with these players. And to me, Kayvon Thibodeau fits that mold of a Mekhi Becton, of a Zach Wilson. That's the type of first-round pick that Joe Douglas would go after. So I'm going to say no, and we wind up getting KT.
Okay. Well, the chat has agreed with you. It was 63% no. 36% yes. So now we're going to pick at pick 4. The options are going to be KT, Hamilton. What other edge rushers are there?
Trayvon Walker.
You know what? Maybe not. I don't want to spread the edge rushers out. So I'm seeing KT above. I got to put it in there. I got to put him in there. I got to do it. All right. Walker and Jermaine Johnson.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Now, remember, guys, you don't want to, if you, Hamilton is the only non-edge rusher in that group. So be careful when you're voting. You don't want to have, 20% for each edge rusher and then Hamilton wins. I don't even know if that, with 40%. Is that good, Jeremy? Did I do the math right? 20, 46? Yeah, I did. All right. So there it is. We got Hamilton. We have Kayvon Thibodeau. We got Jermaine Johnson, and we have Trayvon Walker. I mean, Jets Forever saying no Sauce. Well, we don't have Karlaftis either. I mean, you can't have, it's only 4 options. So, I don't know. Maybe I should have put Sauce in there over. All right. You know what? All right. You guys want me to do it over? I'll do it over. The truth is Kayvon Thibodeau is going to win anyway. We know this.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, looking at the poll right now, he already has 76% of the vote anyway. I mean, we put Sauce in. He'll take a little bit of it away, but he's not going to take the majority of it away.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Jets aren't going cornerback anyway, guys. I got news for you. If they do, that's one of the things. Now, would I be unhappy with Sauce? No, because I think he's fantastic. But I think it's highly unlikely. I wouldn't be blown away, but I would be surprised if that was the case. So, all right, let's everybody get your votes in. And then once we do that, I'm going to go over to my mock and I'm going to make my pick and see how that board breaks for us. Ooh, I'm going to kill you guys. I am. Nobody in my head except for the 6 or 7 guys that live in here. That's it. Just us. It's like Gollum, us.
Is it safe to say you'll be taking a running back in the second round?
It is not safe to say anything. It's
We
safe
know
to
you love
say.
those early running backs. You have made it.
That's-
You have made that known. So,
Well, I don't. Look, it's not. It just depends on our situation. You know what I mean? I'm definitely not a guy who just always sticks to one thing. Like, you know what I mean? I'm always considering stuff, but you never know. All right, Kayvon Thibodeau, 76%. So we'll go ahead and pick him for you guys. Where is this mock? All right, Kayvon Thibodeau coming home to the New York Jets. Now, you know what? Let's do the other first round pick too. This one, we just clear the round. So this is still you guys, and then I'll do my 2 picks for the first round. All right, we have 3 trade offers. The Cardinals want us to go back 13 spots. They'll give us 55 in next year's second. The Jags want us to go down 23 spots. They'll give us the first pick in the second round. That's what that is. 65, 70, 157, and next year's second. It's a pretty interesting offer right there. And the Patriots want us to go back to 21. They'll give us 54, which is a second, next year's second, and next year's 7th. So let me go ahead and put the poll in there. Jeremy, what do you think about this trade?
It's all irrelevant because Sauce is on the board. And at 10, I'm sorry, I don't care about positional need. Like, you have to balance the positional needs and just the best player. If we got Thibodeau and Sauce was sitting there at 10, I'm sorry, there's no way I would pass on that. No way.
All right. So who was it? The Cardinals. I hear you. What do you think, Watu? Was it the Pats, the Cards, and who?
Who cares? Just reject all 3.
Yeah, but I know. Look, but this is, you know what I mean? Like, you're not helping me right now. So just, I get it.
But it's our team, not yours now.
Well, that's the thing. It's not the Jeremy and Watu. We got 300 other people. Right. The Jags. That's who it was. Okay.
I'm reading the thread. I'm seeing. Let's see. Denied. All trades denied. No trade. Pour some sauce on me. Is it me or am I sensing a pattern here?
Yeah. See. So this is interesting. I want to just say to all you guys who were crying about Sauce not being there at 4, look, you guys would have done that, and now where would you be? You wouldn't even have him at 10, so now you can get Kayvon Thibodeau and Sauce potentially. No, that's what you got to know. You can't just, jump up and down and grab specific play. You got to know who's going to slip and who's not, man. Sauce Gardner's not going to.
Jermaine Johnson, I think. If we had taken Sauce at 4, I think we'd probably be taking Jermaine Johnson now.
Right. So if you take Sauce at 4, Thibodeau's gone. Obviously, Hutchinson was gone. Maybe even a Trayvon Walker's gone. So we could still get, like you said, Jermaine Johnson or Karlaftis. But, hey, there's a lot to be said that maybe those are the next tier down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like Karlaftis, but that doesn't mean he's as good as Thibodeau.
Yep. Yeah, with Williams and Wilson going 8 and 9, I mean, that just makes it that much easier. I mean, you want to get one of those top receivers, absolutely, but there'll still be some fine starting receivers that we could get in the second round. So I'm not
totally. So that's the thing. So when we figure out the trades, I'm going to put up the top 2 players that we always see. One is going to be Sauce Gardner. The other one will be, is Jameson Williams still there? He is, right?
No, he already went.
He went. So we'll pick. Oh, look, he went to the Falcons. And Garrett Wilson's gone. Wow.
The fact that the Seahawks would draft a wide receiver right here to me makes absolutely no sense. But
I know, none. I know, right, very, very little. All right, guys, so I see 86% no, so I'm going to go ahead and end this poll. So now we're going to take a pick. I'm just going to put 2 guys in there. The top wide receiver. Man, this is hard to do. Let me tell you, I got too many. This is not easy, guys. Okay, pick 10. Sauce. We'll do who's the next receiver everybody likes. London?
Yes, definitely London.
Okay. Sauce, London, or Davis. Here we go. All right.
Leave Dirk Stingley in there just for the comedy factor.
All right. So I'm going to leave this one up for just a moment. I think I'm just going to see it. I'm pretty sure that it's going to go Sauce Gardner. Keep talking for 1 second while I do this. I got to grab something. I'll be right back.
Some people want to go double down right now if Jermaine Johnson's there. Yeah, people saw Jermaine Johnson still up there and were excited about him. That's why the no trade did so well.
Yeah, I see somebody saying Trayvon Walker. Yeah, Walker and Thibodeau both in the first round. Well, we would have a dominant pass rush. There would be no denying that. Might be a few other weaknesses that would still need to be addressed, though.
Yeah, I mean, I know that, it's hard because we don't need a cornerback, right? Certainly after getting Reed, but Sauce Gardner is
a difference maker.
Such a difference.
Yeah, and my feelings toward him change at 10. He still wouldn't be my pick, but it's a totally different conversation, in my opinion, at 10 than it is at 4. You know what I mean?
There have been people who have been talking about, I wouldn't take Kyle Hamilton at 4, but if he slid to 10,
that's the thing.
I'd really have to consider it.
Yeah, me too.
If we feel that way about Hamilton, how can we not feel that way about Sauce Gardner?
Because I don't think we need cornerback.
Maybe we don't need him. It's not always about taking your weakest positions and making them good.
Well, I know.
Sometimes you have a decent position and you have the chance to make it special.
Yeah, or you can have one position. If the players are on the same tier, you have one position where you actually have the hole, and another position where you got to move people that are already starting around. That's just how I see it. Now, if they have them rated higher, different story. All right, guys. So Sauce Gardner 1. So let's go ahead and take him. Who's that? Trayvon Walker, right? Ahmad Gardner. There it is. I'm just kidding. All right, there you go. So you guys got Sauce Gardner. And I'm telling you, this is not easy to navigate through all this. Jeremy, please keep track still for me too. I'm like,
I got my eyes open.
All right. So we took Sauce Gardner. Now I'm going to stop sharing this screen and I'm going to share you my screen. This is me. I won't even take a long time. I'm going to blow through it and still crush you guys. Although that's a pretty good start, I got to say.
Yeah, maybe this time you'll get Hutchinson to drop to 4. Let's see what happens.
You guys started out pretty good. All right, so I'm doing 7 rounds, the New York Jets, and let's go ahead and see how it goes. Boom. Oh, start the draft. Okay. All right, so look at this, Derek Stingler. So look, totally different draft, man. Hutchinson, Sauce Gardner, and Derek Stingley are gone. Derek Stingley coming back. So I'm going to go ahead and take Thibodeau as well.
Gotta love Houston. Those
Let me see this. Who wants to trade with me? I'm not going to trade. If you guys trade, I'll trade. That's what. No, I don't want to do it that way, but I don't want to trade. I want Kayvon Thibodeau. So
okay.
How do I do the damn? Oh, there it is. Okay. Kayvon Thibodeau coming home, baby. All right. Who'd I lose? There goes Kyle Hamilton. There goes Evan Neal. Trayvon Walker.
What is with the quarterback run in this draft? My goodness. That's crazy. Ooh, wow.
Ooh.
All right, so I did that. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to your draft.
Not a bad start for you, that's for sure.
Not a good start?
No, I said not a bad start at all.
Oh, right, yeah. It's funny because, yeah, I know. So Sauce was still there. I don't want him. So I went wide receiver, which people think I don't want wide. Like, I get that all the time. It's so funny. Why do you hate wide receivers? Don't you see? I'm like, dude, I don't hate wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? I got to see how it goes. But all right, let me get you guys back to your screen here.
It would have been fascinating if Williams had dropped and we had a choice between Williams and Sauce.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping.
I would have taken that. It would have been very interesting to see.
That's what I was hoping.
Exactly, because I wouldn't be so sure then.
All right, so you guys have 2 trade offers. We are at pick 35, everybody. The Rams want us to go all the way back to 104. They'll give us their 2nd, 3rd, and 4th next year. The fact that we have 38, this is something that you might want to consider. This bolsters your draft next year, and you don't lose a pick. So, all right, let's look at the next one. The Miami Dolphins, they want us to throw in 146 with 35. They'll give us 102, 125, 2nd, and 2/3 next year. So I'm going to go ahead and put those in the poll. Let me get you guys here, though, too. So here's who's there. Here's just the big board, okay? And I'm going to put a poll. So trades. I'm going to go trade. We got Miami. Who else was it? Rams.
Miami and the Rams. Yeah, the Rams offered their typical payout time, sending us as usual 200, 210, 220,
Yeah.
240.
Who else was it? Who else was
Miami.
it?
Miami and the Rams.
No, there was 3, right? Or there was only 2?
There's only 2.
Oh, okay, good. Thank you. All right. So Miami, Rams, and no. Okay. So the poll. Wait a minute. What happened here? Okay. Here it comes. So, guys, we have the no answer, and don't be fooled. It actually has no in the middle. So I'm not trying to screw you. It's just easier that way. So Miami, and I'll show you who's on the board real quick. All right. So here's what we got. You got Jaquan Brisker up top. You got Breece Hall, if you guys want to get the best running back in the draft. Devontae Wyatt. Now, we didn't get a wide receiver in this draft, so you might want to think about some of the wide receivers. You got an offensive guard tackle, Tyler Smith. David Ojabo's there. Linebacker, Quay Walker. Boye Mafe's there. Jahan Dotson, who I like a whole bunch. Christian Harris. Okay, so here's the...
Where'd he go? Did George Pickens already get drafted? I haven't seen him on the board.
Yeah,
I'll take a look.
Early. He's been going on.
Yeah, people are asking about Pickens.
All right, y'all look in just a second. I just want to show you guys the trades again, just so you can vote on this. Because we're not looking at the specific players yet, but just so you can see who's there to help you decide. Pick 104. So that's how many picks is that, Jeremy? Is that 70 picks?
To move down?
Yeah, how many picks? 70? 71? 69. All right, so go down 69 picks. You have a pick and 3 picks, and you get a second, third, and fourth next year. And Miami, I think, is even more interesting because what is that? 102, so it's a couple picks before that, and you get a second and 2/3 next year. But one of them is New England, so that's more than likely going to be late. Okay, so I'll show you guys wide receivers just so you can see. Pickens is still there.
Oh, and so is Pierce.
You got Watson, Dotson, Pierce, Pickens, Mechie. They're all still there. Sky Moore, lots of good receivers. Obviously, Drake London and Garrett Wilson and those guys are gone. So let's take a look at the linebackers for you so you can see. You got Quay Walker, Chad Muma, Christian Harris, Troy Anderson, Brandon Smith, Leo Chanel, Asamoah. So they're all still there too. All right, let me check this. All right, so it's saying 82% no. Okay, so we're going to get into the actual players. So who are you guys seeing in the chat?
For me, you got to put Brisker in the poll. No question about it. You got to put in a wide receiver.
I see the wide receiver. There's a battle going on between Pickens and Watson. That's all I see. It's just back and forth. Pickens,
right,
Watson,
and to me,
Watson.
It's like you'll get one of them at 38. They're not both going to go in 36 and 37.
All right, so then we're going to do position then, okay? We'll do positions. We got wide receiver, linebacker, safety, and cornerback, okay? Unless you guys want to add running back. Do you guys see anybody?
Back in, we've had a couple of people. Obviously, people know that's not what I want to do, but some people do want Breece Hall, so let's give them another.
Okay. All right. So the poll this time, guys, is positional because there's just too much within the players, so I don't want to screw anybody. So we have wide receiver, linebacker, safety, and running back. 2 offense, 2 defense. I see a couple guys. My buddy John Rogers asking for edge. Brandon McNeely wants Ebiketie. We can look at. We'll add edge to the 38 for you guys. Okay. Now let me just try to get back to your big board here. Let's take a look at the edge rushers and see who's there. You got Ebiketie, Ojabo, Boye Mafe, Drake Jackson, Cameron Thomas. Still got some guys there. Guys, still got some men. Nick Benito, as you guys know, is on the Chris Sims list. Wasn't he number 2? The second best edge rusher in the draft per Chris Sims, right?
I didn't watch much film of Benito, but I might need to. I might need to.
He loves his win rate.
The win rate.
Jets Jedi wants Jerome Ford. Hey, dude, you want to know something? I saw it in Jets Jedi. I saw it in 2 places. You want to know who Jerome Ford's comp is? You're going to love it. Take a guess. Y2K, give me a guess. Who is Jerome Ford's comp professionally?
Kind of like an all-around player. I'm just going to ask one question. His comp did he ever play for the Jets?
Yes.
Bilal Powell?
No. Jeremy, who is it?
Le'Veon Bell?
Nope. Even better.
Yeah.
LaMichael Pirine.
That was on the level of now.
Dude, come on. How beautiful is that, though?
Just what we all need.
You know what I mean? So there's an I laughed. I saw it twice. You know what's really funny? Damian Pierce. Everybody likes Damian Pierce. Not everybody, but a lot of people like Damian Pierce, Florida's running back. As we know, LaMichael Pirine came from Florida. LaMichael Pirine's average last year, I believe it was I think it was his last year in college. His average rush per carry, yards per carry was 6.7 yards. Damian Pierce, everybody's saying, oh, he's a bruiser, he's this, he's that. Guess what his average is? 6.7 yards per carry. It's identical. Now, there's some differences, but I thought that was really funny. Everybody's so down on Pirine, man, and it just doesn't make sense. Now, if the coaching staff doesn't like him, fine, it is what it is, but I just don't see it. I don't think a lot of people actually pay attention to what somebody's doing. Look, Romeo said Blair Thomas. Holy shit. Could you imagine Romeo Dread? That'd be hilarious.
I think even Pirine was slightly more productive than Blair Thomas, actually. Well, this poll.
Yeah. Sad to say. Okay, let me go ahead. Let me see how those guys are doing in the poll here.
112 votes is pretty good. Yeah, once we get over 100, that's like the majority of the voting, it seems like.
I'll give another 15 seconds. Because it says safety. Well, no, it's really close. Safety is at 37% and wide receivers at 33%.
Right.
So I want to give you guys just a few more seconds. So there's still about, I don't know, almost 200 of you that didn't vote. About 170 of you that didn't vote. Now, somebody expressed to me that a lot of people can't vote on the medium they're choosing to watch it through. Some are on TV and on phones and whatever. So I do understand, but I want to give you guys the opportunity because whatever position this ends up being, I'm going to have a whole bunch of you that are mad about it. So this is yours. Jeremy's voting. Y2K's voting. Wait, so what do you guys vote for? That'll add a little bit. Jeremy, who do you got? Wide receiver, linebacker, safety, or running back?
Safety.
I went safety as well.
Oh, so you guys did vote?
Yes.
Okay, good. Nice. That's awesome. Okay, so you are voting.
36 to 33. Oh my goodness, this is
all right. 10 more seconds. We have almost 130 verts. 130 verts.
Down the stretch they come. One thing that I've noticed just for the chat, I've had issues like when I'm streaming or casting the show to my TV, it won't let me do the chat. But when I just watch it on my phone, then the chat seems to work. So that's just one thing I've experienced doing this. So might help.
All right. It is still very close, so I'm just going to end it. We have 140 votes now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and running back wins.
No, it doesn't.
Let's see.
That was close.
Yeah.
It really is. So look, there it is. There are the poll results, everybody. 35% safety, wide receiver with 33. So now the safeties will be, for this pick, we're going to do a poll here for you guys.
It's like 3 votes.
You got Brisker. Who are the other? Sorry, let me get the safeties up here. Sorry.
I know Scene's already taken. I think Hill's probably gone, but I know Scene went to Washington.
All right, so here's Brisker. Jalen Petrie, he's another fan favorite.
Yeah.
So we got Nick Cross. He's climbing draft boards of late. Kirby Joseph.
Yes, a lot of good guys.
There's a lot.
All right,
and we've been Verone McKinley fans for a while. I mean, the only thing that we're not thrilled with is his size, but the way he plays, the way he hits, and I like McKinley a lot.
Yeah, me too. But those top 4 are the right 4, though, I think.
So it's Brisker, Petrie, Cross, and who?
Kirby Joseph. Unless you want to go Verone McKinley instead of Kirby, but Kirby's popular.
That's fine.
We'll go Kirby Joseph. He's a little bit better than me.
Jake says GreenBean edge safety in quotes Breece Hall. It's funny. That was good.
Hey, you can vote for number 38.
All right, guys. The poll is up. The poll is up. We got Jaquan Brisker, Jalen Petrie, Nick Cross, and Kirby Joseph are your choices for the position of safety. Iowa Jets fan says, "Give me some beef brisket to dip in my new sauce."
Rooney, I think you just found your new best friend.
Dude, that is epic. That was fantastic.
Well, he's famous now, so he's feeling the confidence. You know, since last week, he's a big YouTube guy now, big personality.
Look, Hawk said he went out for a coffee and he came back home and all he heard was a countdown and he ran over like, what the hell am I missing? What's going on? I want to vote.
Oh, boy.
Oh, that's great. Chris Bradigan wants Kirby Joseph. Yeah, you're not alone. I mean, a lot of people like Kirby Joseph. Hey, I'm hearing some echo. Are you guys hearing that all of a sudden?
A little bit, but
yeah, where's it coming from? Is one of your speakers on? Or like, you know, like I don't know what happened. Somebody just turned it up?
I haven't changed anything.
Okay. Yeah, it just started. Brisker domination from George Killen. Phenom, wide receiver Dotson is next. Well, let's see. Let's see who went.
It's
nobody went. So Watts. Oh, we saw this is 35. So we got to see who goes next. So look, Nakobe Dean and Tyler Linderbaum made it all the way to the end of the first there. What the hell's going on? Yep, what I say. Look, is what we said. Bengals with Linderbaum. Nakobe Dean to the Lions, huh? So the Lions got Malik Willis and Nakobe Dean in their first round.
Wow.
Not bad.
Interesting.
Not bad.
Got a good
All right, guys, get your votes in. Brisker's crushing it.
Yeah.
Kirby Joseph has 1% of 117 votes.
Well, Kirby, thanks for coming. We have some lovely parting gifts for you.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to end it. It's an absolute landslide. So we're going to go ahead and grab Jaquan Brisker.
Let's see. Christian Harris and Travis Jones.
So we only lost Christian Harris, one of our linebackers, and Travis Jones. So this one, we'll do the rest of them. So we have wide receiver. We're going to add edge to it. We're going to add edge. We'll put running back and linebacker.
I think that's a good way to do it.
All right, so this is pick 38. Okay, there it goes. So look, guys, I'll show you the wide receivers. We didn't lose any wide receivers from pick 35, so it ends up picking safety was a good move. We got our top safety on the board, and the wide receiver that we were considering is still there. So this is good. All right. We got Christian Watson. What the hell is that? What is that? What happened?
Oh, it's a trade thing.
Oh, scared the living hell out of me.
No, it's fine.
All right, we got Christian Watson, Jahan Dotson, Alec Pierce, George Pickens, John Mechie, and on. We'll take a look at the running backs. All of the running backs are still there, guys. That echo's killing me. I don't know who it is.
It's not me.
I think I'm fine.
We got a spammer. Let me.
Oh, you know what? I didn't do the thing. Shit. You know, when I can make it. So, all right, here we go. Well, I didn't do it. So here's the big board, just so you can see it. You got Breece Hall, Arnold Ebiketie, and Devontae Wyatt, along with Christian Watson up top. Interestingly, 3 of those positions are on our board. We also added linebacker as well. The top linebacker on their board is Quay Walker. But as we know, some of us like Chad Muma, and it doesn't matter what they say. Right, this is just their big board. So we'll take a look at the linebackers so you can see it clearly. You got Quay Walker, Chad Muma, Troy Anderson, Brandon Smith, Leo Chenal. Significantly different big board than the PFF. Leo Chenal is their 3rd linebacker on PFF. So it's different. Very different. Let me see how many votes we have. We have 105 votes, and it's another landslide. So I'm going to end it. There's no way anything's catching it. So it's wide receiver. Let me get the wide receivers up for you guys. Wide receiver 1, guys. So here's our wide receivers.
I think we're going to have to pull this. This one's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, I'm going to throw it up there. So wide receiver for pick 38 is Watson, Dotson is still there, right? So we'll do Dotson, Pierce, and Pickens, right? Pickens there?
Yes, Pickens is there.
All right, guys, this is one of the more important polls. If you haven't polled yet, if you've chosen not to vote, now is an important one because this is probably the most contentious so far. Probably. All right, so here's the wide receivers. Let's go down the line so you can see. But again, we have Christian Watson up top on their board, Jahan Dotson, Alec Pierce, George Pickens, John Mechie, Jalen Tolbert, Sky Moore, Romeo Dubes, David Bell, Justin Ross, Calvin Austin, and on and on. Azukama is there too. Wan'Dale Robinson, one of our earlier guys. We haven't voted Wan'Dale Robinson in a long time. How about 2K? I think he was a couple times early.
Let me see. I can actually pull that up. Wan'Dale Robinson, we never drafted him one time.
Oh, I thought we did. Oh, I didn't consider these trades. I didn't realize they were there.
Not in the Monday night mocks. Not in the Monday night.
Interesting. I thought we did.
Nope, never did.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and look at this, see what's happening. I want to tell you guys the statisticals. Watson is 38% to Dotson is next. Oh, no, he's not. Pickens is next with 34. Dotson has 17. Pierce has 10. So this is interesting. Rob V says Watson is absolute garbage. I don't know why you got to go that extreme, Rob. He's definitely not garbage. Here's my concern with Christian Watson. He plays at North Dakota State. When you look at the teams that they play, there are some strong teams, but he does a lot of his damage against teams like Albany and James Madison, Eastern Illinois, places like that. So if you think he's not going to have a more difficult time with NFL cornerbacks and safeties than he did at Albany, you're fooling yourself. So I think he's got all the measurables. He's got all the athleticism. Everything I read said he's a really great teammate and everything, work ethic wise. So he's going to be fine, but it's going to take him a minute. So he's not going to, more than likely, going to come in and have some struggles. And so Jets fans just need to consider that. Now, Pickens, his problem is injury. I think he's going to come in and slide right in and be able to contribute right away. But he has some severe injury concerns. George Gillen says he's going to take a little page out of Jets Forever's book and saying Watson is a bust. Hey, I'm going to mute one of you and see where the echo's coming from. Okay, Jeremy, I'm going to try you first. All right, do you hear the echo?
I don't hear an echo now.
Yeah, I don't hear the echo either. Let me see if it's you, 2K. Let me see. All right. Well, Jeremy, you hear me? Talk a little bit.
Yes. Hello.
Okay.
I hear you.
Hello. Yeah, it's on your side, Jeremy. It's you.
It's me.
I don't know. Yeah, if you have like headphones or something.
Yeah. Let me get my earbuds.
Yeah, no sweat.
It's weird. It's never happened before, but okay.
Yeah, every now and then. I mean, look, how many times have we been on here together? I don't think it's happened once. Just what it is. All right, so I'm going to look at the poll. Okay. Let me look at the poll. I'm going to end the poll. Oh, I can't. It's 39 to 38%. Guys, get your votes in right now.
We have a dead heat tie.
We do. Let me mute Jeremy real quick.
I got a question for you. Weren't you, correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't you a pretty big Donovan Peoples-Jones fan?
Huge.
Do you know that Alec Pierce's pro comp is Donovan Peoples-Jones?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. No, I did. I saw that. I don't know. I think I saw him comp to some other people too. I forget who it was. But yeah, I saw that. But dude, Donovan Peoples-Jones, you know why he slid? Because his college production was down. Dude, he had, I forget his vertical. It was like 49 inches. It was like fucking ridiculous. He blew the combine up. And like he just, in Michigan, they're a ball control offense, so, but he had everything you want from a wide receiver. And whenever given the opportunity, he was able to, to make good on it. I wanted him in the third round. I wanted him. He made it to, I think it was the 6th, and Cleveland got him. I was like, God, I can't believe we didn't take him in the 6th.
And looking back, because I didn't get into the group till about a year ago, but then I went back and said, I got to see what GreenBean's reaction was when Bryce Hall got drafted, because I knew you were a Bryce Hall fan. And I don't think you're on the street.
No, I was moving. That's what I mean. Like those 2 days, I was like checking back in and stuff. But I'll tell you what my reaction was. I was at a campground organizing my RV, trying to figure out what goes in storage and everything. And I yelled to my wife, "Hey, they drafted the UVA kid, Bryce Hall. I can't believe it." She was like, "That's good, I guess, huh?" I'm like, "Yeah." It was just me and her. I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Okay, well, I'm glad you're happy."
Yeah. And somebody said, one person asked about Alex Pierce's height. He's actually 6'3". He's not.
Yeah.
He's not a small guy.
No, he's. I think he's 6'2" and change. Like it's not officially 6'2". I think that's him. Either way. So okay, I'm going to end the poll. It keeps going back and forth. I think Watson's going to have it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Unless we want to just do one more vote. With those
you know what? I'll do
families.
that. George Gillen. I'm going to do exactly that. We're going to do just a different poll between Watson and Pickens. We're going to do it up for like a minute. So you guys got to get your votes in because it's so close. And then if you take out the other two guys, I just want to give you guys every opportunity to pick the right wide receiver. The new poll is up. Get your votes in. Yeah, Kareem Mitchell, I'm with you. Alex Pierce is a sleeper, but he's another one. I think he's going to have a little bit of adjustment time. And that's the thing. Like when you're talking about first and even second round wide receivers, if they don't contribute like right away for the Jets, like Jets fans are out of control. We call them busts and we harass them online and it's crazy. And I think Watson, if we take Watson in the first or pick 35 or 38, everybody's going to be harassing him by the end of the year. That's what I think. But you got to remember that.
I think it's Denzel Mims part 2.
Denzel Mims is going to be a stud this year. You know what? I want to show you guys something. Did you guys see the Flight 2022? Here.
Oh, yeah.
While we're doing this poll, let me do this for you guys. Watch this. Hold on. Look at this. I wanted to show you guys. Thanks for reminding me.
Is that a pickle?
Look at this, guys. You see this? This is from a clip from Flight 2022. Do you see who those two people are? Who knows?
I know who they are.
That's right.
I think the chat knows who they are.
That's right. I know the chat knows. Look at Denzel Mims right there. Bebopping the chest bump with our head coach. That's right, man.
Hey, Chad, I got a question for you. What does the chat say? What's the caption?
Oh, yeah. We should do that. What's the caption?
I want to see who has the most creative caption here. We got another spam alert.
Yeah, I got it.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it. Thank you, though.
Hey, Jeremy, somebody loves your pickle.
Yeah, you know what's telling me I can't do it. Can you guys block that guy for me? For some reason, it's saying error.
Okay.
Fucking hate that.
Jeremy just hit him.
Yeah, Peter Chestnut says Mims is legit going to make people look stupid. That's what I'm hoping, man. I really am. And it's like, I mean, clearly the main reason is because I'm rooting for our wide receiver, right? I like his potential, like him. And I liked him in college. I liked his rookie year, so I'm rooting for him. But the other reason I'm rooting for him is because I think the overreaction has been insane. Insane. Like clearly something was off last year. We know that. Nobody can deny it. But at the same time, like we give up on it. He's 24 years old. It's like already one bad year and he's a bust. Cut him. I don't know. I don't get it. What the hell I did.
Sam
All
is
right.
special for lunch. Damn, Mims, I thought we traded you already. Me or Tariq.
Yeah, see what I mean? Yeah, that's the stuff.
Was good too. Me or Tariq, coach.
I know, right? Jets forever. He says the Mims and Becton slander is weird. Like, honestly, I've never even this is the first time. Like, we're harsh on players. We've always been tough. This is the first time I've ever seen Jets fans do this to our own players. It's insanity. I've never seen it like it has been these past 2 years. I've never seen Jets fans get like this. And I've been around, clearly.
A lot of patience. Jets fans, we've lost our patience.
Yeah, it's not their fault.
It's understandable.
You know what I mean?
It doesn't justify it, but I understand how they feel. You know, I think this poll is I think we got a pretty clear winner now.
Yeah. Well, I want to just talk to these guys and tell them, if you're one of those people that are doing that, if you're one of those Jets fans going to our players' pages and ripping them, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to go out here and I'm going to say it. You're an asshole. I just want. There you go. That's you. If you're one of those people. Okay, we're going to end this poll. Yep. Wow. Pickens destroyed him. Holy macaroni. I am so it looks like Pickens got almost all of the Alec Pierce and Dotson votes. Okay, guys, so we're going to go ahead and draft George Pickens. I'm actually surprised. I want you to know that. Not unhappy, but I'm surprised. Okay, so now I'm going to move it over to my draft. Oh, I didn't realize you guys weren't on the screen. I picked George Pickens for you guys. So let me share my mock now. Dude, this is terrifying. I want you guys, I'm clicking so many tabs and shit that I'm like, I'm just waiting for me to cancel one of these streams, one of these mocks. PFF. Okay. All right. Let me see. I don't need any of your stupid help. Okay. Let me see who did I get again? Oh, Jameson.
Yeah, Thibodeau and Jameson. Yep.
Okay, let me look at linebacker. So it's just Leo Chenal is first on the linebackers. Who else is there?
Quay Walker.
Okay, I know who I'm getting. All right.
Leo Chenal. Kenyon Green.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Where's he going to play?
Well, he's going to be I'm going to let him sit for a year, but he's the first guy off the bench for guard. He can play center and he can play tackle. Yeah, I mean, he hasn't played much center, but he can. So we're going to groom him just like we would be with Zion Johnson or Cole Strange. And yeah, I'm psyched about it. He shouldn't be there. All right, let me get you guys back to your mock now. You got a trade offer sitting up there. Okay. You guys love my draft. I know you do. You're like, oh, shit, that's good.
GreenBean, they weren't sure who you picked. A few people were asking.
For me, I picked Kenyon Green. So in the second round, I got Leo Chenal and Kenyon Green after grabbing Kayvon Thibodeau and Jamison Williams.
I mean, to get Kenyon Green at 38 is excellent value. It's just for the Jets. I mean, if we picked a player at 38 who was basically going to be redshirting and be on the bench most of the year, I wouldn't be feeling too good about that.
Oh, I don't care. If it's that, no, pick 38. If you have a guy that is that good at pick 38, like he's not supposed to be there, just like last year. Technically, we didn't need Elijah Moore last year. We had Corey Davis. Denzel Mims was coming off his rookie year. We had lots of receivers in here that we were high on. That was considered an offensive strength, and we took Elijah Moore and then ended up making so much sense. So anyway, I love it. Okay, so we got a trade-off for everybody. The Eagles want to give us a fourth next year to slide down 10 spots. This is our only third, so it would move you a little bit more toward the end of it for a fourth. Let me just put up a quick poll for you. Trade, yes, no. I'll show you guys the big board in a second. The poll is up. Yeah, so like think about it like this, Watch, okay? If people want to grab Icky or Neal or any of these guys up top. Yep. Instead, I grabbed a first-round offensive lineman in the event something does happen, like the fears, if Becton or Fant get hurt or whatever, or if whoever, you can bounce AVT outside. You got a starting level guard right there. But honestly, I think they would probably groom him for next year to take over at center. And he'd be perfect at center. I love it.
If he could play center, then I can understand that. But I would say we have more stability at guard than we do tackle. certainly for the long term with fans.
Well, yeah.
But
well, I think so. Technically speaking, because of the question mark, I do feel just as good about tackle as I do guard. I mean, shit, injuries happen. I don't think you can overreact to injuries and start using top 5 picks to respond. But anyway, all right, guys. So we have, let's see. So I just put the thing up there to the poll to see if you guys want to make the trade. It says 78% no. So I'm going to end it. So we will not look at the trade. Here's your big board. We have wide receiver Jalen Tolbert, but we just took Pickens and we want to cool off on the wide receivers again. Here's the big board. Sorry. Kenneth Walker is still there. Breece Hall is not. So the running backs have begun to drip. Chad Muma's there. We did not get a linebacker yet, if I remember correctly. Chad Muma and Troy Anderson. You got defensive tackle Fedarian Mathis. There are choruses that Fedarian Mathis could potentially be the best defensive tackle in this class. So who knows? Isaiah Spiller, another running back, is there. Got a guard, Ed Ingram. Nick Benito, Rashad White. You got lots of running backs here. Leo Chanel is right there. Let's take a look at linebacker. And then I'm going to make the poll. What are you guys seeing in the chat?
You could legitimately make this just a linebacker, like with 3 linebackers and 1 other player. I think this chat is really leaning linebacker hard.
Yeah, I see linebacker. You also got a super chat from John Rogers.
Oh, okay. All right. So realistically, you think I should do just linebackers? I got to do running backs. Yeah, I got to do running back too. All right. Pick. It's heavy, but let me just put running back, linebacker, and we'll put defensive tackle in there. And I'm going to put tight end. There we go. So it's rounded out. All right, guys, pick 69. Your poll is up. So we have running back, linebacker, defensive tackle, and tight end. Again, like Jeremy and Y2K said, it looks like linebacker will win, but you never know. Sometimes it's just the guys that are being louder that are talking, but there's a whole bunch of people in the background that don't want that. Like, I'm surprised Pickens beat out Watson. I really am. Even though a lot of people were saying Pickens, it was surprising. You never know with these guys. I don't know what the hell you guys think half the time. You want to see the big board? Okay.
Yeah. And both Muma and Anderson were actually on our Senior Bowl team, by the way.
Right. So here we go. Starts up there with Kenneth Walker. So the running backs, let's just quickly take a look at the running backs so you can see clearly. You got Kenneth Walker, probably my favorite running back in the class. Isaiah Spiller, Rashad White, another guy I like a bunch. Tyler Algier, as you guys know, that is the Zach Wilson teammate. You got Jerome Ford, or shall I say LaMichael P. Ryan, Tyler Batty, and James Cook with Brian Robinson, Damian Pierce, Kyron Williams. Lots of good running backs for this time. Now, by the time we get to the next round, I'm going to predict it's going to look different. All right. Now, the linebackers, again, Chad Muma, Troy Anderson, Leo Chanel, Brian Asamoah, Channing Tindall, Damon Clark, Darian Beavers, and some other guys. So who else did we put up there? Defensive tackle. Oh, man, look at the top of this. Fedarian Mathis, Logan Hall, Matthew Butler. Lots of good guys here. Ridgeway, Henningsen, I like. Haskell Garrett. Lots of good defensive tackles as well, guys. And then let's take a look at the tight ends for the first time tonight. You got Greg Dulcich, Isaiah Likely, Jeremy Ruckert, old fan favorite, Jake Ferguson, Cade Otton, Jelani Woods, Charlie Kolar, and others. Cole Turner, man, I there's so many strong tight ends in this class. It's going to be a good class. Okay. So let me see the poll. Linebacker was 71%. Greg Dulcich. Nice. Okay, so linebacker won. So let's do. All right, who do you think? Troy Anderson, right?
Anderson, Muma.
We'll add Chanel, right?
Chanel, and Asimov, maybe?
Yeah, let me see. Here's whoops, sorry. Let me get you to the linebackers.
I think it's Asimov. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do Asamoah. Okay.
Asimov.
Yeah. Asamoah. All right, there it is. The poll is up.
This is gonna be a good one.
Yeah, I think so. This is going to be interesting. I'm sincerely curious as to how this one goes. While you're voting, let me get to some super chats. Where was it? There it is. John Rogers, thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says, JD will pick different to what I would, and it's all good. Yeah, man. Again, I mean, we talk about this a lot, but last year, none of us had any one of Jason Pinnock, Jamie Sherwood, Michael Carter II, Jonathan Marshall. Half of our draft was guys that we never talked about. Jamie Sherwood, maybe a little bit. We did talk about Nasamwa a little bit. Namdi Asamoah. That's what we talked about him a few times, but never in a million years did we think that's the way our draft was going to go. I wanted Kenny Yeboah in the draft. We ended up getting as an undrafted free agent. So it's crazy. It's going to go so different than what we think. I think we're even going to be way off on the top. What do you guys think, Jeremy? How accurate do you think are KT, Jameson Williams, KT, Devin Lloyd? How close do you think we are?
I think that we have a chance to, I mean, like, and it's to be right about and kind of close in the first couple of rounds. Like, there might be one big surprise, but I think we might really see like a wide receiver and an edge and, you know, the best edge and then a wide receiver or slash safety slash linebacker. And then there might be one surprise. I think it's going to get ugly for us once we get to pick 69 and beyond. And that's when it's going to start looking very different. We're going to start saying, who? And like looking at each other and like, just like last year.
Right. Yeah, it's going to be funny. It's going to be funny. Hey, to all you little nitpickers in the chat about like the specific, this is not easy to do. I want to just tell you guys that. It's not easy to read, 300 people's comments, talk, have thoughts, listen to Jeremy, watch UK, I have a YouTube poll going. The stream, the studio chat, tab. I have PFF, PFN. It's not easy. If I'm imperfect, please forgive me. Like, this guy sucks. It's not easy, dude. Especially because I'm older. I don't have that like quick analytical brain that the kids have these days. My son can fucking process 5 things at a time. I can't do it. Get out of here. Jets Carpetbagger, thank you for the super chat. He says, Kenneth Walker, a no-brainer at this pick. I'd be happy with Kenneth Walker here in the third. I really would. What do you guys think? Third too high for running back this year? Watch UK.
Third, I'm starting to get a little bit open-minded if they're all starting to drop. I mean, but it's very hard for me to imagine that a running back would not be taken somewhere in the second round. But I think you just have so much depth at running back this year. I think the running back class kind of epitomizes this year's NFL draft in general. Not very top-heavy, but tremendous depth. So if we were to get a Ford, a Cook, an Algier, a Pierce, a Knight, even Kyron Williams from Notre Dame, you know what I like about him? He blocks. And he catches the ball out of the backfield. And as much as I love Michael Carter, didn't really always block very well, and our running backs are not very good at that.
Yeah. That's a good point.
About Williams that intrigues me. So I really think mid-round is where I would go running back. I don't want to go running back third round, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, Michael Carter did improve, but he's not exactly what you would call a solid, really strong pass protector. So it's but yeah, I mean, that's something that hopefully we consider. All right, so the poll is over. Chad Muma is your third round pick. Let me get to that mock over here. Here he comes, Chad Muma. You got him. All right, so now I'm going to go to mine, see who I get with my third round pick over here. Telling you. This is where the rubber meets the road, everybody. Anybody can pick the first and second round. Who did I get again?
Chanel,
and Kenyon Green. Okay.
Kenyon Green, right.
All right. Let me look at some linebackers. Where the hell are they? Did I miss it? Oh, there it is. Got Asamoah. I already got Chanel. Okay.
So you're gonna forget.
You would let me?
No.
You're so competitive. The competitive spirit lives.
Just
He'd
kidding.
go, ha ha!
Double up.
I don't like anybody here enough to take a running back right now. Let me see. I'm going to look for my safety. Let me see who I got. Ooh, JT Woods.
Brian Cook.
Yeah, I don't love Brian Cook. I'm going to take Kirby Joseph, I think.
Yeah, McKinley.
Let me see their big board. Hold on. Let me just see who's here. Kingsley Bear. Ooh. Okay, I got guys I really like here, but okay.
Some of these rankings are so different than
They're so different. Isn't it crazy, man?
Look how high they got Kyle Phillips.
I know, and that scares me now. Zach Thomas like skyrocketed on the sport too. PFN, I mean, he's barely noticeable.
Yeah.
Fedarian Mathis. Okay.
Fedarian Mathis, everybody. Again,
defensive tackle.
Potentially going to be the best defensive tackle in this class. I love him, actually. I'm not the biggest defensive tackle. When I looked at the players there, I just think, yeah, we're going to lump some people up this year. Okay.
So 4th round?
Yeah, here we go. 4th round. No trades. This is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. May as well just bypass the trades at this point, right? Yeah. No offers.
Yeah, I know. They get nuts down here, though, you know. So we'll see. We'll still look at them, but I think you're probably going to be right. Okay, guys, here's the big board, all right? You guys got Isaiah Spiller up there. Look at this. You guys can get a running back in the 4th that I love. Jerome Ford, Channing Tindall, Tyler Batty. He's got a growing chorus, Tyler Batty, these days. Zachary Carter, defensive tackle, linebacker Damian Clark, Bailey Zappe, Zappy, Darian Kennard. Who do you like there, Watsuke?
Darian Kennard. I like that running back depth for sure. I'm definitely thinking this is the time to grab a running back. Zachary Carter, I don't know a ton about him. I've looked at a few things on him. I still feel like you can get like a John Ridgway a little bit later as a defensive tackle, and that might work. Okay. I'm leaning pretty hard towards the running back at this point.
Okay, so let's see. I'm going to put running back, tight end, defensive tackle, like defensive line, and edge. What do you guys think? Is that good? Any position I should throw in there?
That's good.
Okay. All right, the poll is up, everybody. We got running back, tight end, defensive line, and edge. So it's all up there. Let me see here. You guys are so nice. Thanks for all the support, you guys. I love you guys. Stanley Spector, thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says, people who disrespect those who do all the work should get a life. This should be fun. Exercise and do not act as if it's life and death. Well, that's the key, right? That's the key. And look, I sincerely appreciate all you guys. I know sometimes it can get frustrating, and I thank you for that, Stanley. But the truth is that sometimes I think people do take these mocks too seriously. I mean, look, we're taking it serious. Why do it if we're not going to at least put in legitimate effort, right? But at the end of the day, this is going to fly into our past just like last week's did. Does anybody remember what we did 2 weeks ago? No. You know
I
what I
can
mean?
tell you what we did 2 weeks ago.
I know, Rob. What's your cake? Oh, that's awesome. What an interesting thing that was to see our first draft. I really do appreciate it, Watsuke.
It was
sincerely.
something, yeah. And again, it was just such an impromptu thing that we did. It was just your idea. We're like, yeah, we'll hang for an hour. Let's do a pick. Well, we picked 13 guys, and you know the season was still going on, so it's not as if we were doing a ton of research at the time or anything like that. And you know, you look back on in retrospect, some things make sense, and some things it's like, oh my goodness, what happened to this guy?
Right.
It's just amazing how these things change over a couple of months. And a week from now, yeah, we probably will barely remember any of these mock drafts because we'll know who our next group of homegrown talent's going to be.
That's right. So I want to say it's funny. Joe Nelson yells, Spiller! Jordan goes, Spiller is great value. And then here he comes. Spiller's a bust.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah. All right. Let me show you guys the DT. So my bad. I should have showed you that. So let's look at the defensive tackles real quick while you're voting. My bad. We got Zachary Carter, John Ridgway, Haskell Garrett, Matt Henningsen. Those guys are up top. You got Ogbanya. I think it's Obanya. I think that's how you say it. Let's look at who's left in the edges. We got Dominique Robinson, Jesse Luketa, Michael Clemens, Alex Wright, D'Angelo Malone, Tyreek Smith, Barno. We remember Barno, fastest edge rusher in the combine. Josh Pascal, Chris Sims is number 6 overall edge. As you can see, they have him rated slightly lower than that. Let's look at the tight ends.
And I would look a little bit at offensive line. I think we need to maybe add a little bit of depth on that O-line.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, we'll get that in for the next one.
Saying that too, and I think they're right.
Yep, I agree. Good thinking. Now, look, guys, you might want the running back, but you're about to lose maybe Jelani Woods, Charlie Kolar. You're about to lose some guys. Now, you can get a Krull or a Cole Turner later. If that's how you like. You can always get Jalen Wiedermeyer, a guy we took in the 2nd round in our first mock.
That's it.
And who else was? So it was running back, edge. Yeah, that's it. All right, let me check the poll. I'm going to go ahead and end it. It looks like running back has destroyed. So now we're going to let me get the running backs up there for you guys. Here's what they look like. And remind me here. We got Spiller.
Ford, Beatty, Robinson, Zonovan Knight, Kyron Williams, Damian Pierce.
Brian Robinson is there.
Brian Robinson's there. Damian Pierce is there.
Pierce is good. Pierce strong gets some love. I mentioned Kyron Williams, who I like. I mean, there are a lot of good running backs in this spot.
I mean, if you want another,
we only have 4 choices. So should I put Tyler Batty up there? I'm going to put the top 4 unless somebody – is there like in the chat right now, is there a chorus for maybe Kyron Williams or Damian Pierce? See any of that? Because I can skip Tyler Batty. I saw Tyler Batty in there too, though.
Pierce should be in the Paul
Pierce. We got to add Pierce.
Okay. All right. Pierce. There it is. All right. This is pick, 117? Oh, this is 111 still. Holy shit.
Right, we still have another 4th round right after this, so we can grab a tight end or an offensive lineman or something like that. Okay.
Pierce is his comp is GreenBean favorite running back on the team already. So
yeah, there you go. It's just really funny, isn't it? I mean, I thought that was really Jerome Ford is comp to LaMichael Pirine. And then you have Damian Pierce coming from the same school and with the same yards per carry average. That's the thing. People say Pirine sucks. I'm like, dude, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. And I mean, again, this coaching staff doesn't have to like him, but the guy has a lot of reason to believe that he can contribute. They put him in for 1 game last year and he had a 4-yard average, 1 game without even getting any ability to get into a rhythm. Yeah. So I don't know. I haven't seen LaMichael Pirine do anything wrong. He's a fucking fantastic blocker. He's got great hands. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand where people come from.
He's like a fine workman-like running back. He doesn't do anything great. He doesn't do anything terrible, but he's a guy. And every team has a LaMichael Pirine. He's not special. He's not a difference maker. He's a guy. If you need him, he can go in. He's just a guy.
They said the same thing about Mostert. You know what I mean? Yeah. And lots of guys. I mean, look, I hear you, and I don't think Pirine is special either, but I don't see the reason why we shouldn't be using him. You know what I mean? Like, we had all these scrubs at Ty Johnson dropping passes, getting the quarterback killed. Like, he looked like a train wreck, and he played all year. I don't know. I don't get it. So that's the thing. I think we have to give our coaching staff a little time because they're rooks. They were rookies last year. So I think they're going to learn. They're going to look back and go, why the hell did we keep Ty Johnson in there over Pirine? Well, we'll see if Pirine's even on the team this year. All right. Okay, I'm going to end this poll, I think. Let me see how many votes. We only have 56 votes. I'm going to give it another 30 seconds, guys. Get your votes in. I'll give it another 30 seconds.
I would like to see just the Jets forever draft. I just want to see who he doesn't think is a bust.
You know what? I should do that. I should have him on and just see who his draft is. It would be Sauce Gardner and Kyle Hamilton in the first. I know that.
Okay.
That would be his first round. Second round, I'm not sure. I'm not sure who he'd pick. But I got his first without question.
Maybe that punter like Matt Azaria who kicks it like 80 yards. Maybe he would do that.
Maybe. I think he might grab like Ebiketie in the second. I think that's in it. All right, we're ending this poll. Isaiah Spiller is your pick.
All right.
Good pick, guys. Good pick.
Nice.
I like it.
All right, so we'll do 117. So let's add some offensive line. I'm going to show you guys the big board.
Should we recap who we picked so far just to make sure we're on track?
Sure.
Let's just quickly do that. I think
all right, here is how your mock is shaping up. Kayvon Thibodeau at 4, Sauce Gardner at 10, Jaquan Brisker at 35, George Pickens at 38, Chad Muma at 69, and Isaiah Spiller at 111. This is a strong draft, guys. I got to give it to you.
Very defense focused. Very focused on the D.
Yep, totally. It's funny because they're, how many, the larger chorus that I hear from Jets fans is that we need to do more offense. But in this draft, we are definitely leaning defense. We did add George Pickens and Isaiah Spiller for Zach Wilson, but other than that, we're not really helping them out that much. Okay, but pick 117. Let me get this off of here. Here's the big board. I'll give you guys maybe some offensive lines. Here's some guard action. Here's some guard action. You got Marquise Hayes, Cade Mays, and I wish there was one more guy that rhymed with that, but we don't. Jason Hines, Jamari Salyer, Thayer Mumford, Donovan West. Like him a whole bunch. Let's look at the tackles. Braxton Jones, Zach Tom, Dare Rosenthal. So I'm going to make the poll. I'm going to put the big board back up for you guys just so you can see it.
Can we see tight ends also, please? I think we're going to want some. I think people are going to want tight end.
Yeah, okay. I'll get you to the tight ends, and then I got to go to the poll. All right. So here's your tight. Ooh, Jelani Woods is still there, you lucky bastards. Okay.
We know what we're
doing. Charlie Kohler, too.
Yes,
yeah, they're all still there. So good job. Tight end, we have offensive guard, you offensive tackle. What's the other position you guys want?
Tight end and offensive line are really the only ones I'm really looking at this point, unless we want to maybe see if there's another wide receiver. But I really want to focus on offense with this pick.
It looks like
I'm trying to double up a wide receiver, to be honest, right now.
Yeah,
if that's what we had to do, let's give it a shot.
It's out there. All right, the poll is out. So there you go. You have all kinds of fun options for the offense. You got the tight ends, you got offensive guard, offensive tackles. You also have a wide receiver double up. Let's take a look at those wide receivers right after tight end. So you see Jelani Woods up top. He's a recent favorite of Jets fans. Charlie Kolar, somebody with years of production. Did not have a good Senior Bowl, though, so he kind of fell from grace a little bit. You got Okonkwo. I don't know. From Maryland, you got Lucas Krull, Cole Turner, who I happen to like a whole bunch, Grant Calcaterra, and on and on. So here's the wide receivers for you.
Oh, still some good names there for sure.
Sure. You got Khalil Shakir, Wan'Dale Robinson, Tyquan Thornton, as you guys remember, super fast, Charleston Rambo, Kyle Phillips, our little fave, Ontario Drummond.
Bo Melton's still lurking way down there.
There he is. Bo Melton. I think Bo Melton's going to be an undrafted free agent. Somebody might grab him in the 7th or something like that. Who knows, right? He's got the size and he's got return ability, so he's got value.
I think I figured this out. What we need to do in Jets Forever, we need to have him up and just do a segment like bust, not a bust.
Yeah,
just mention like random things in the world, random things in life, and he'll just rate it bust, not a bust.
That's awesome. All right, let me see here. You guys got a good draft. This might be the best. Just see what happens. You get a little competition here. Now you're all of a sudden taking it seriously. You guys want to beat me.
John Rogers. There you go.
There it is. Thank you. Thank you. John Rogers checking in. Thank you, John. He says, last mock, give GreenBean money for his great work. Yeah, I agree, John. I agree, buddy. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. PG checking in saying, hey, man, we're going to have the best defense. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Don't forget, we gave our offense a nice infusion in the offseason. I mean, we helped the defense too, but those two tight ends and the guard, that's going to be incredibly beneficial for Zach Wilson. If you add the wide receiver like Pickens, if he stays healthy and Mims comes back, dude, this offense can be lethal. Lethal, I say. So, especially adding Isaiah Spiller. Hey, man.
Yeah, people are loving this draft, guys. Let's keep it going. Let's finish it strong.
Yeah.
You know? This is great.
Chris Bradigan agrees with me. He says he thinks Melton will be an undrafted free agent as well. Look at John Rogers with no patience. Thank you, John. He didn't. He's like, hey, asshole. That's funny. It just takes me a second. Don't forget, John, always, especially when Jeremy's around, like Thursday, thick of it, and he's here now, obviously. He makes sure I don't miss anything. So, because the last thing I want to do is miss you guys' super chats.
Yep.
All right, let me get to the poll. I'm going to end it because tight end is crushing the cans. Okay, so now I'm going to put the tight ends up there. I know who it is, though. I'm just going to make this one quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It's very obvious.
Yeah, I know. You can see it. I'm still going to do it, though, because I don't want to hear anything.
I almost feel like we betrayed Charlie Kolar at this point. It was like him and Trey, or like McBride and Kolar. We were so focused on them early on in the process, and they've just kind of fallen out of favor, especially since we signed CJ Zoma and Ty Conklin.
Yeah, totally, man.
Yeah,
totally. Kolar, well, look, he had a rough offseason. He really did. You know what I mean? It's like it's unfortunate because he has legitimate college production. You know what I mean? Very, very solid in the blocking game. He's not the most thunderous blocker, but he's a solid and willing blocker. He's got very good hands. He's not like excitingly exceptional at anything, but he does the job very, very well. He's super solid. I'd be very happy with Charlie Kolar, but I do get it. I do get it. Woods is like Jared Cook, potentially. And I love it, man. I love when the University of Virginia can make players that get to the NFL. I mean, look, it's one of the reasons I liked Bryce Hall so much in the beginning. Like, I'm not a diehard UVA fan, but I have lived in Charlottesville for a few years. And I love the city. I love Charlottesville. And I love the university, so I started rooting for them. And then when a year after I got here, or 2 years after I got here, they won the national championship in basketball, and I felt it in the city. You know what I mean? Like, I felt the whole city. It's a very small city.
Yeah.
So it was fun. It was positive. So I like seeing a smaller school like UVA get some players that go to the NFL. Don't forget that's where we got the Brickashaw Ferguson.
Yep. Do you have a favorite pizza spot up near Charlottesville?
You know what? I really don't yet, but there's a couple. You know what's funny? I actually made I should make the video. I have all the content. The hospital is actually the UVA hospital is known for their pizza. Believe it or not.
Really?
And I went in there, and the guy who runs the cafeteria gave me like the full run of the place. I met the pizza chef, and they made me a couple different kinds of pizza and everything. It was excellent. It was excellent. Now, is it on par with some of the fine pizza joints? And maybe not, but it's very, very good. There's a couple places here. But the one, look, I got to be honest, Y2K, the best one is Crozet Pizza.
I got to get there. Yeah. I've heard about it. Got to get up there.
Yeah, we got it. I mean, look, National Geographic called them the best slice in the world. So who knows? All right, Jelani.
Week anyway.
Before the next
article came out.
Jelani Woods has won the poll. So here he comes. So now this brings us to the 5th round. So I'll move over to my mock. Let's see how I do it. Let's see how I do it. I'm hoping Kirby Joseph is around. That's what I want. Let me see. Where's PFF? Okay. I just started moving real. I was acting real comfortable a second ago. I got to calm down. I'll ruin it. I was like, all right. Let me see.
Safety?
Nope. I'm going to go with JT Woods.
I think. You never know with these rankings. They might have drafted Kyle Hamilton like 30th. They might have ranked him.
I know. The good news is once you get into this stuff, like we got our own rankings. You know what I mean? So I don't need their rankings. They'll give me a low grade, but I don't care about that. You know what? I don't know if did I grab a running back yet? I don't even know what the hell I grabbed. Let me just.
We did. I don't think you did.
I don't think so.
I wanted Isaiah Spiller. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and draft Rashad White because I like a couple of the safeties in a little while. Let me see. Come on. Give me him. Give me my guy. Yep, he's right there. All right, I'm going to take JT Woods, I think. Let me just double around and make sure I'm not missing anybody. I love Kellen Deach. Let me check this out. All right, bear with me. I'm almost done here, guys. Okay. All right. I'm going to go with Kyle Phillips. I'm going to wait for safety. I think he's going to be there. There's my boy coming on board.
Jimmy, right. You took our boy.
It's amazing. Hey, he was ranked above Romeo Doubs on this. It's amazing.
That's wild.
Well, because you know what, man? Honestly, I think he is better. I think he's a sleeper, dude. He's a true sleeper. He's going to be good in the NFL. He's got the makeup.
Yeah, we fell in love with him that night. Remember?
I feel the same way, though, honestly, about like Andy Isabella. It hasn't worked out so great for him. I mean, I hope it works out for Kyle Phillips, but
no, they're different though. Andy Isabella, he's a straight line guy though, too, man. I knew he was going to have problems. I knew it.
Okay. Yeah,
I liked him. You know, I liked him. I'll tell you one guy that I thought was going to do well and didn't was Gandy Golden. He's still young, but I thought he was going to be a little bit ahead. But again, he's coming from Liberty, so that's what I'm saying with these young guys, with these small school guys. It's not to say they're less talented necessarily, but they do have that learning period, man, that adjustment period, I should say. All right, so just real quick, you guys have Kayvon Thibodeau, Sauce Gardner, Brisker, Pickens, Muma, Spiller, Jelani Woods. You got 2 more picks.
Yeah, we're getting towards best player available, but I'm hoping that we would
offensive line.
Right.
Exactly. We would address offensive line with one of the picks. Doesn't have to be this one, but one of them. Cade Mays actually, that's pretty friggin' good.
Yeah, it's funny because I like Cade Mays. I would prefer Donovan West if it was me. Look, Matt, dude, a couple good guys here.
Oh,
yeah. See, it's funny because on my mock, Deach is like, you know, it's like, I don't know, the rankings are so weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is an easier draft to do well, in my opinion, which is why I gave it to you guys, by the way. So it's the truth. No, it's not an excuse. It's the truth.
No, I believe you. I hate
it's real.
I hate the other one.
It's real. It's like I feel like it's easier on PFN to do well. So I was like, let me give that to these guys because I think I'm just so much better than all of you anyway. So that evens it.
That's why it freaks me out. It freaks me out when anybody gets upset about our PFN drafts. It freaks me out because I was like, any of the PFN drafts are still, if it was real life, are you kidding me? Yeah.
I know, right? Exactly. It's like it might not be perfect here, but if we actually did something like that. So here's your wide receivers too. You still got Kyle Phillips there. You got Thornton, Rambo. Okay,
yeah, maybe we should check the big board just to be sure. But I got a feeling we're going to still focus on offense a little bit here.
All right, I'm going to make a poll. We'll put it. Okay, What are we, 146 here?
Yeah, 147.
I'll put defensive line on there too and check it in a minute. And then I'll give you, what do you want? So go guard, tackle, defensive line, wide receiver, maybe?
All right. Yeah, just want to make sure that we have offensive line.
Yeah, I got them both up there. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So the poll is offensive guard, offensive tackle, defensive line, looking at the interior, and wide receiver. Okay. Jessica Moore doesn't want to do the poll. She said, Luke Fortner's there. Get him. There he is. He's on the board. He's in the voting. So, Jessica, vote for interior. It'll say offensive guard, but what I mean is actually interior offensive line. So that's actually a good clarification. It could mean center as well.
Jeremy, have you heard of Luke Fortner?
I don't know him.
I don't know him either.
I guess
Jessica does, though. Hey. We're going to have okay, this is going to be a close race, it looks like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to make it shorter.
I'm almost feeling like it's so close that we could almost do whoever finishes second in this should be our final pick. Just in the interest of saving a little bit of time, we could do that.
What is it?
Well,
yeah, whoever I know, right? That's a good idea. We'll do exactly that. So, guys, whoever comes in second here on this poll is going to be the positional group that we pick next. Okay, so that's how we're going to do it.
John Rogers is back. He wants to give you enough for many meat pies.
There you go. John Rogers is okay, man. All right, let me get that. He says, you see, Jeremy? See, I made it smaller so we could see your face.
Oh,
thing.
You were
trying.
People, I think people like getting the break.
Yeah, watch. Right, you could do this. Go.
Oh, there you go.
Good. All right. So thank you, John, for the super chat. He says, wish Jets would make Australia its second home, just one game a year, and you all stay at mine. At his house. Okay. At his house. NFL getting popular here now, and too many Pats fans already. I know that's got to be aggravating because they are the dominant team over the past 20 years. So, of course, when people are getting acclimated to a new sport, they're going to want to have fun. So they're probably all jumping on the Pats and the Chiefs and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I'd like to see a game down there in Australia. That'd be neat.
Me too. That's the country I'd want to go to the most that I haven't been yet. I would love to go to Australia.
Yeah.
Get the Jets play too.
Oh, that'd be great. And let me tell you, if I went to Australia, I would absolutely go to New Zealand as well. I mean, the truth is, I might even want to go to New Zealand. I don't know. I love them both. But I want to do that Lord of the Rings tour, man. I want to go see those Hobbit houses and everything. Yeah, I'm psyched. All right. So let's see what happens in the poll. Oh, yeah, it's going to be offense. All right, I'll leave it up for a second because it seems like I don't know if it's both. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so it's offensive tackle right now. I'm going to end it. Offensive tackle. So let me get those guys up there for you. Oh, man, I know who I'm grabbing here if it was me.
Yeah, I do too.
All right, guys. So I'm going to throw up a poll. So we'll put up 163. We're going to put up Max Mitchell. Give me the other guys.
Mitchell, I would think Deesh.
Yeah.
Jeremy, who would you put up here? Rosenthal?
I think you got to go at the top of the board. Yeah. I mean, Dare Rosenthal. Cool name, too. Dare Rosenthal.
That's a great name.
Let me see who else is there.
Dare Rosenthal.
Come in, Rosenthal. Come in there, Rosenthal.
Dare Rosenthal, you ate all of my food.
Dare Rosenthal took you pickle.
All right, guys. The poll is up. So for the specific player, so offensive tackle won this one, and offensive guard will be the next pick at 160. Or what did I put? I put 163, but I was wrong. It's 146.
Okay.
But don't worry about that. My bad. I know, right? Cadoza says Australia is literally as far as it gets. Yeah. And it's a whole day, bro. Like you got to fly. So for us, a lot of us are on the East Coast. You got to fly to like California, get off, and then you got to fly to Australia. And then from California to Australia, it's like 12 hours, isn't it? Something crazy.
More than that. I wish it was only 12 hours.
Yeah.
I think it's still a long time because it's like it's a long flight.
And with the time changes, I mean,
it's super long. It's at least 15 to 18 hours, I think.
Yeah. That's the kind of flight where you get bored. No doubt. Your ass hurts on that flight. Talking Jets with Tigo says, gots to go to New England for Hobbiton. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm not going to go to that part of the world without going to Hobbiton. Talking Jets with Tigo. No way. My grandpa visited Australia in the 40s and came away with a wife. Hey, maybe that's what to do. Maybe we go down there and get wives. Jets Forever
person who's heading down there now.
Jets Forever likes 2 of the 4 options right now. So that's pretty interesting. You got to tell us which one you'd vote for, buddy. Which one do you want?
So they're not busts.
Craig Smith says it's 19 hours to New York City from Australia. Crazy. Wow. Yeah, that's a serious one. That's a big flight.
That's like 3 times.
Like 15 hours.
6 hours to fly New York to LA. So that's like New York to LA, LA to New York, and New York back to LA. Wow. That's a heck of a flight.
Yeah, man. Gitmo Bob went to Australia in the Navy in the 80s and never paid for a drink. Great people. That's wonderful. Isn't that nice to hear? He says, PG says, great beaches, but too many sharks. Yeah, that would scare me. All right, I'm going to end the poll. Kellen Deach, good pick, guys. You guys are slam dunking this draft here. So Kellen Deach wins. So now we're going to go offensive guards or center, interior offensive line.
Okay.
So we'll look at we got Chase and Hines. I'll put 2 of each.
All right, Hines, West,
and Lindstrom. Jesus.
Wow.
All right.
Well, I think it's pretty easy. I think I know the 4 guys I would put on the poll.
Who do you got?
For me, it's Lindstrom and Empey because of the BYU connection.
He's a center. Empey's a center?
Yeah. I think you got to put both of those on.
Okay, and then we have who's for the guards? Let me see here.
I think Donovan West was one.
Yeah, totally.
Or Chase and Hines. To me, it's pretty cut and dry.
Yeah, I do like Godecki, though. But I'll put those 2 up there. Donovan West and Hines. I think Sawyer might be better than Hines.
I gotta be honest. I don't know Sawyer as well. Oh, he played at Georgia. Okay, if you want to put Sawyer on, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna put Sawyer guard and Donovan West guard. Here you go, guys. This is your final pick. I gotta say though, this is probably the best draft you guys have ever put together.
It's really good.
It's a goodie. This is a good one. And I got to show you guys the mock that we did in my private Beanbaggers mock. That was exciting. That was good. Totally different avenue to get there than we're taking on either draft tonight. But it was fantastic.
I got to look up real quick because of how this poll is going. I'm going to look somebody up on my sheet here. See how this came on.
And in the meantime,
guys, don't forget to vote. This is your last opportunity to vote tonight. Get it in there.
While we're waiting for that, John Rogers is back with another super chat.
John's in there.
You're awesome. You're rocking it tonight.
Yeah. Look at John. Let's see here. Thank you, John. He says, you do Hawaii on the way back from Australia. Okay, so all right. There you go. So you got to take, they only like to give us a week off up here, John. You know what I mean? That's it. That's what we get in most places. They give you 5 days. So you can leave on maybe a Thursday to try to squeeze out that Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then you get the other Saturday, Sunday. So you get 9-10 days. That's all we get at best. That's why I took 2 years off. That's what I did. I took 2 years off. And then when I come back to Earth, turns out my wife went to work. So well played, GreenBean. Well played indeed.
I got to say this. Just looking at where this poll is going, the person who's probably going to win it, we drafted him twice. The first time we drafted him 69th, and the second time we drafted him 146th. And that was about 2 months apart. And now
Which one was that? Who was it?
That was Alec Lindstrom. Yeah,
Lindstrom.
Yeah, he's pretty much running away with this. And to think, early on, we drafted him 69 overall.
Yeah, think about that.
We're getting him here. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know why he's dropping like that. I mean, I got to look into him again. I did that. I did him really early.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything like particularly negative. I don't know if
no, me neither.
But
me neither. Because in the beginning, I was in love with. I can't freaking find his name in my head right now. Patterson from Notre Dame.
And then he went back to school.
Yep. Yeah, I'll review the mock, Anders. I'm going to review them both. We're going to give letter grades, and I want to be honest. We got to be honest. You can't just root for yourselves if you don't think. Craig Smith says, suckers, 4 weeks minimum down under. It's not suckers, dude. We've gotten our ass kicked. Oh, you know what? You're right. I think they have figured out a way to make Americans vote against our own interests. I don't know how that happened, but there you go. We're not going to get into politics, though, so I'm with you. We should absolutely. We can't even get maternity leave up here. You get like 3 weeks, a month for maternity leave. If you're more than a month after you give birth, they'll fucking fire you. It's crazy. It's a crazy world, dude. That's why when I was an executive director, I always fought for my women who gave birth. Always fought for them to have at least 90 days, and that seems small to me. But think about that. You had birth, and you're back at work in 3 months. The kid's fucking 3 months old. What's he doing? Getting a job? What is he going to school?
And John Rogers is on a roll. He's back. He's saying the same thing with his
4 weeks off. Can't break up. Can break up a month or yeah, that's great, dude. Listen, when I lived in Florida, I would go to Universal and Disney all the time. And every time I'd go, I would meet people from Europe, and they would say they're on holiday, and I would say, where are you going? They say, well, we're doing 2 weeks here. Then we're going to Texas, doing 2 weeks there. Then we're doing it, and we're going to like 10 days there. Then we're doing another 2 weeks. I'm like, how long? 2 months, 30 days, 60 days. That's the way to do it. In America, we couldn't, dude, a month off. Never happened. So Kev Chata checking in. What I miss? Kev, I took Nakobe Dean and Devin Lloyd in the first round for you. All right, so we're gonna end this poll. We're done here. It's me versus you guys, Kev. So Lindstrom is your final pick. Let's get him in there, and then we'll see what you guys did. Where is it? Okay.
Center. There we go.
So, okay, let me go over here and do
this one run out. All right.
My own mock. Okay, so what do I have? 2 picks left? There it is.
Should be.
I don't want to jinx myself, but fucking doing a bang up job tonight. Okay. Oh, I know what I'm doing there. Let me see here. I know exactly what I'm doing with that position. See, I can't remember what I did in this one. I don't know how to do the recap like I do on the other one.
Like you can't just click on the Jets logo and see.
No, it doesn't work. No, I don't know why. I don't know how to do it. You know what I mean?
Well, you already took I already know. Like, ask because I think I know. I remember you took a running back last time.
Phillips, Woods, Rashad White.
Yeah, I took Rashad White and Kyle Phillips. All right, here's what I got to do.
Thibodeau, Williams.
Ooh, okay, fantastic. And now I know what I'm doing. Watch my last pick.
All right, Jake Ferguson, a tight end.
Wow.
Let me guess, Cade York.
No. Cade York. Here he comes. The secret nugget of the entire safety class. Sterling Weatherford.
Yeah, he's good.
The other 6'4" safety in this class, and I love him. He's got some work to do. To do. All right. So they're going to grade my mock an F probably because I don't adhere to their standards. Let's see what they gave me. All right. So we're going to get a B. Amazing. Wow. All right, guys. Now listen, this is my mock, and I want you guys to grade it fairly. Okay. And then we'll see yours. Then we'll see how you guys did. And then I'll put a poll out there. Okay. I want to see your letter grade. So I started with Kayvon Thibodeau at pick 4. Interesting. Neither trade had any trades, or neither of draft had any trades. I think that works out well. So I got Kayvon Thibodeau at 4, Jamison Williams at 10. I got linebacker Leo Chenal at 35, guard, center, tackle Kenyon Green at pick 38. Then I went defensive line with Fedarian Mathis, running back Rashad White at pick 111, wide receiver Kyle Phillips at 117, tight end Jake Ferguson. They gave me 2 Fs for these. Whatever. Sterling, without those Fs, I would have had a fucking A here. So I got tight end Jake Ferguson out of Wisconsin at 146 and safety Sterling Weatherford at pick 163. So look what I did for our defense. Kayvon Thibodeau, Leo Chenal, Fedarian Mathis, and Sterling Weatherford. Nice, well-placed. I could have went with another edge, but I chose to go defensive tackle because he's too good. Then I went, look what I did for Zach. Jamison Williams, Kenyon Green, Rashad White, Kyle Phillips, and Jake Ferguson. The good news is none of these guys don't even have to contribute right now, and they're going to be there for us as we evolve. Now, Rashad White and Jamison Williams are going to come in, and Zach's going to be in love with them. So there you go. So give me your letter grades, and I'll bring up your mock. Let me see how they're grading.
Joey B wrote you a really nice super chat, by the way.
Okay, I'll get right to that, Joey. Thank you, buddy. See you, Lou. Lou's saying goodbye. Let me see. Let me find out the end.
Pretty much every grade is in the A and B range here. Just about all of them.
Owen gives me a D minus. Owen, you are, hey, just being honest, but I think you're being very mean.
You know what, GreenBean, for Owen, you have to draft Brandon Smith. That would have made it an A right there.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Gizmo gave you a B.
Owen actually says, just kidding, A minus. There you go, Owen. I love it. Jason Zayas gives me a B plus. Cadoza gives me a B minus. John Rogers, A plus plus. There you go, John. Jordan Victor gives me an A minus. I like it. John Amarella, B, mostly for that first round. The first round's good, isn't it? Parker Dugan says, no corner. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Parker, that's actually what I'm hoping happens. I'm not even looking at cornerbacks in this draft. We'll see if that actually happens. But Rob V gives me a B. NYJ91 gives me a B. George Gillen, B. Don't like Mathis from Majority Toast, but the rest is all right. Graded a B. Thank you. There you go. Iowan gives me a B plus. Ryan gives me a B plus. David Goodstein gives me a C. Across the Pond says safety Sterling Weatherford is a sleeper, and I see him as a beast with the final pick. Across the pond, so do I. And I'm hoping that the Jets end up taking him later in the draft. I'm telling you, I would be ecstatic if we came away with Sterling Weatherford with one of our last picks. Now, you probably have to overdraft him because we don't have 6s and 7s. I don't care. Grab the player you think is going to be the best. PG gives me a C plus. Oh, I thought you'd like this one, PG. Joey B, thank you for the super chat. He says, sorry, got here late and missed the show. I will watch it after. I just want to send some love for the great job you do and the great guests you always have on. Oh, well, thank you, Joey B. I don't necessarily agree about the guests tonight, but I do appreciate everything else. Yeah, these guys are great.
I'm not sure about the guests either myself sometimes.
I'll tell you what, I don't know any other guest who sat there for fucking 3 months and collected information for us, Y2K. So I commend you, my friend. All right. Thank you, Joey. I appreciate it. We got C plus from Parker, B plus from Will. George gives me an A. Hawks a C. John gives me a C plus. Let me see. Oh, John Jets Forever gives us both an F.
That's him being
surprising.
Kind,
okay, I got to move on, but thank you guys. Yeah, George Gillen says Jets Forever, the great troll. Right, we give him an A for trolling. Cadoza B minus. Okay, so let me get you guys. No, I did think you'd like that, PG. I mean, I don't know. I thought you were going to like it. So, Let's see.
He got safeties. He just got him towards the end of the draft. But
Yeah, and you're going to love him. Just keep it. Remember that name, everybody. Sterling Weatherford. I know a lot of people don't know who he is, but I've done extensive work on him. He's not perfect, believe me, but he's got everything you want, man. He's the exact guy Salah and Odin are going to make into an absolute monster. Okay, let me get your draft up here.
Oh, Jake Asman is here in the chat.
What?
Oh, yeah?
Jake's here? Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Jake knows about Jets Forever, too.
Jake's here. Hey, what's up? Yeah, Jake Asman says
Jake.
Jets Forever is America's favorite troll. That's the best. So, Jake, look, here we go. We did a head-to-head mock, me versus these guys tonight. So we're about to look at them. Just real quick, we spent some time on this. I don't want to spend too much time, but we got Kayvon Thibodeau, Jameson Williams, Leo Chanel, Kenyon Green, Fedarian Mathis, Rashad White, Kyle Phillips, Jake Ferguson, and Sterling Weatherford for me. And now we're going to go and look at what the chat did with a little help from Jeremy and Wat2K. All right, let me bring it up here. It's good to see you, though, Jake.
So my grade would have been for yours. I'd probably go B+ on it.
For B+ for me?
Yeah, I'll give you B+. I liked it.
What about you, Jeremy?
I was the same. I was B+.
All right. B+. You guys are fucking.
That's really good. I'd be very happy with it.
All right. So here is your draft. Okay. Can you guys see it? Let me see. Is it up there? Okay. You guys also started with Kayvon Thibodeau, but then you went with a really stupid move and got an unnecessary player at 10. Sauce Gardner. Good player. Unnecessary. Jaquan Brisker, safety out of Penn State with pick 35. Then you went and got the always injured wide receiver, George Pickens, worse than Jameson Williams with injuries, wide receiver out of Georgia. Then you went with a too small linebacker. That's a nice player, will be third string at best. Chad Muma out of Wyoming. And you got, in my opinion, maybe the best running back in the draft, Isaiah Spiller. I know he's fallen, but I still love him. Then you got rising star and future dominant tight end, in my opinion, Jelani Woods out of UVA. Then you went with two solid offensive linemen, exactly what you want to see later in the draft. Kellen Deach, offensive tackle, Arizona State, and Alec Lindstrom, the heir apparent to Connor McGovern. There you go. So again, Thibodeau, Sauce, Brisker, Pickens, Muma, Spiller, Jelani Woods, Kellen Deach, and Alec Lindstrom. So guys, give us your letter grades. See what you guys did. I know. Hey, Cardozo, I'm just playing. He says, why you hating? I'm just messing around. I'm trying to put out some vibes so maybe people question, hey, maybe I don't like this draft.
Based off what I'm seeing in the comments, you're only making them back us that much harder. I think the chat thinks that our draft is fire.
Well, it is. It's a strong draft. I will say, I do have, legitimately, though, all jokes aside, I do have concerns about Chad Muma, whether or not you want him to actually be a starter. I like him. I like the player. I think he's got all the fire. I just don't know about him. He concerns me. And Pickens, you guys know, he's one of, if not my favorite wide receivers in the draft. He scares the hell out of me. He really does. I don't know. Scares me.
And I just want you to know, if Jameson Williams would have been there at 10, I would have taken him over Sauce.
Oh, yeah.
That's interesting. And I think we were so back and forth on Watson versus Pickens. And when we initially, Watson was just ahead. But then when we did it again, Pickens basically won it 2-1. So it's almost interchangeable. But looking at some of the value that we got with some of these players, this draft is unbelievable. And I saw one comment. The only thing that they wish we could have done was maybe get a little draft capital for next year. Absolutely true. But at the same time, if you do that, you're sacrificing a pick somewhere here on this draft board. And how many of these picks would you really want to give up? I mean, it's hard. This is so good.
Yeah, it's a good draft. But the thing is, though, if maybe you trade back a little bit and you don't get Sauce Gardner, honestly, a pick that we don't need. You can find a place for a guy that good, but you trade back, you don't get Sauce, but then maybe you get Devin Lloyd or Nakobe Dean, and then you have pick 30 or 69 or another position, maybe there's somebody that slipped there and could be really strong there. Again, I like Chad Muma, and I would not be upset if they drafted him. I'm just saying I have some concerns about him. Doesn't mean he won't be awesome, but he's not a pick I love. He's like okay, well, I'll grab him. That's how I feel about him. You know what I mean? He's like 5th, 6th linebacker for me. And hey, at 69, that's what you hope to get in the 3rd. So let me look at the letter grades here. Jake Assman says, I like this draft. Good value and hit on a ton of needs. Just wish there was a wide receiver at 10, like my draft.
Jake, the thing with it is 8 and 9, I believe, in that draft were Garrett Wilson and Jamison Williams.
Yep, that's the way it went.
When you factor that in, I mean, we could have done London at 10, but personally, I would take Gardner over London. But I understand what you're saying.
That's amazing. So Rob V gives it an A. Ant Jack gives it an A. Joe Nelson gives it a solid A. Deli says, nice mock, Green Bean. Thank you, Deli. I agree. Mine is better. Ryan Antonori says A. George Gillen says A. Let's see. Iowa says, this draft is absolutely phenomenal. Solid A. Yeah, again, I just don't, I'm actually, I love your draft. I'd be ecstatic with it, but I actually prefer getting Jamison Williams over Sauce Gardner and on. Chanel over Muma and everything. But if we took Mafe or Ebiketie instead of Brisker, A+, interesting. Because I don't know if I agree, Aunt Jets. I think getting the safety there was smart. David Goodstein, A+. George, yeah, this draft would be awesome. That's the thing. The truth is, either draft, if we came away with either draft, I would be pumped. In all honesty, our draft is definitely better. No hate, just keeping it real. Whatever, Rob. A+ from the chat. Jessica B gives it a B-. There you go, Jessica. I'm kind of with you. I think solid B, maybe B+.
Yeah, just because
it is. Yeah, she is. Deitch and Lindstrom are huge at the end of the. I agree, Cadoza. It really came around strong at the end there. Getting 2 pipeline guys that can be starters sooner rather than later at the end. That's not bad. Cadoza says A. Phenom says B. Joe Nelson, A+ if we didn't take Sauce. Yeah, this was an A for sure. Ron Rogers, another A++. Love the O-line depth late in the draft. Chris Bradigan, solid B. Ernie says it's a B. Will gives it an A. Matt says A for the chat, B for Mr. Bean. Well, now we're going to see here. I'm going to put a poll in here.
Oh, okay.
We're going to go. I want to acknowledge everybody.
Yeah, Andrews Garrett Wilson was not available at 10 when we did our draft. He had already been taken. So.
Okay, so it's out there. The poll is out. The poll is out. So we're going to see now for real. We're going to see for real who wins. We can talk, but now we see what really happens. PG says it's a home run, everybody. Jason Zayas says it's an A-. Let's see. We did that. A for the people from Craig. Solid B from Kareem Mitchell. JTS says Muma put this one over the top. Wow, he loves Muma. Interesting. Jets Forever says Sauce at 10 is unrealistic. I don't know. I don't know how unrealistic that is. I think Sauce will be there. Maybe not. It depends. I just think teams are going to go for other needs. When you look at the top of the draft, who really needs a cornerback up top over everything else? Right? I don't know. I'd have to look at it again. AM's checking in from the toilet. Been here for 2 hours and 44 minutes. Hopefully you weren't in there the whole time. Hey, then again, I can't tell you I haven't hid in one of those for, extended period, just hanging out in there, trying to hide from my obligations.
You got a couple more super chats.
Cadoza says, you love. I do love it. I do like mine better, though. I got to be honest. I think it. You know what it is? It's like, and I don't even. You guys know, I'm not even the biggest fan of taking Jamison Williams. I'd be very happy with it. I would prefer a couple other things, but this is nitpicky stuff. Sauce Gardner, again, while I would be happy with the player, I'm really hoping that they don't do that. Like that would be one. It would be slightly disappointing for me. I would think we missed an opportunity. Now, then I'd instantaneously switch over to rooting for Sauce to be the best friggin' cornerback ever. But again, Sauce that's not a good draft for me. Again, you know what I mean. B+ from Joey B. Kareem says A. Parker Dugan gives it an A. Gitmo Bob says B+. Don't love Sauce and Muma, and crossing my finger on Pickens. Well said, Gitmo. That's exactly how I see it.
From Gitmo, that's about as good of a compliment as we could ever ask for.
Agreed. That's solid right there.
Good.
Jets Forever coming back.
Guys, vote. Keep on voting.
Hey, look at this. Jets Forever says F. Joe Nelson says Sauce is a bust. That's great.
All right.
Owen wanted Leo Chanel over Muma. I would have been a lot happier that way. I do like that you got Woods, though, and some other guys that you ended up getting. Chat's draft is a B+, so I have it even. How boring is that? I know, right? You want to have a winner. Well, we'll see in the chat. I mean, in the poll, we'll see. Rob V says Watson is a bust. I don't think so, Rob V. He's not gonna be a rookie sensation, though. I don't think. But I do think he'll have a good career. He's a good player. He's just gonna have that adjustment period. Deli, we got Sauce. PG says Sauce will be better than JC Jackson. Let me tell you something about JC Jackson. JC Jackson is going to be the newest in a line of Patriots that have that good year and leave and do nothing. That's what I think. That's what I think about JC Jackson. He's an undrafted free agent for a reason. I think he'll be okay. I don't think he sucks, but I don't think. And Chargers are a good squad to go to, but I don't know. I don't feel like he's going to do. I think I'm glad we didn't sign him. That's all I got to say. Lou Chandler gives it an A. Okay. All right. Let's get to some super chats. John Rogers again. Thank you, John. Come on. Give GreenBean a super chat. So easy to do. Well, thank you. And for those who aren't going to give a super chat, you know what is fantastic? If you would just hit that like button I see on my YouTube, there's significantly less likes than there should be. Or could be, let me say it that way. So if you haven't liked it yet, go ahead and give me that. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do that. That's even more important. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm trying really hard to get to 6,500 before the draft. I flew through 6,400, man. So it's actually realistic. I thought it was a joke. So I would be really grateful if we could do that. That'd be fantastic. John Amarella gives it a B. So thank you, John. Another John says, thank you for the super chat. Thank you, GreenBean, for the stream. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. And I'm glad you're here, buddy. I really am. Rob V says, thank you for so much for tonight. Great job. Yeah, I agree. And thanks to Jeremy and Wat2K, man. This was a lot of fun for our final. This is it. I won't be doing this next week. Or maybe I do a recap or something. I don't know, but I think this is it. Hey, Lee Cravat's from Italy. Is that really where you are?
He is. He is in Florence.
Wow.
Nice. Thanks for popping in, Lee Cravat. We got the whole world represented here tonight. I love that. Isn't that the coolest thing? We have, the UK. We have New Zealand and Australia. We got Italy, obviously, numerous states in the Union. So anyway, that tickles me. GBH says, I agree with Jake, but I agree with Jake, but we understand why. Wanted trade with the Jags. You want to trade up? GVH? Oh, I don't want to trade up. That would devastate me. If we had to give up like both firsts or something. Now, I mean, look, if you think Aiden Hutchinson is the only edge you want in this class and you want that edge, I mean, okay. But I hope we don't have to do that, man.
John Rogers is again with the super chat, but asked a really good question. I think it's really well timed.
Okay.
So you can
wait, what'd you say, Jeremy? I didn't even hear you. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
John Rogers just came with a super chat asking a very important question that we should share with the chat that I know that you haven't talked about tonight.
Okay, awesome. I'll get right to that. Jordan Victor says, I've been hating the drafts the chat's been picking the last few weeks. This week, the chat did an amazing job. I agree. This is one of, if not the best drafts that you guys pulled out this year. Truth be told. Still think mine is better, but I agree. Let's see. Chris Bradigan says, Bean, there you go. PG says 50. Oh, that's right. I got the poll out there. I got to look at that in a second. Let me see where we are. John Rogers, thank you, buddy. He says, what was the Beanbaggers draw? Oh, that's right. Thank you. So as soon as we figure that out, Todd McFarland says it's 5 a.m. in the UK. Yep. All right, I'll pull that up in just a second. Let me hold on. All right, let me look at the poll. I have not looked at it at all. Look at this shit. I'm just going to end it and see if it changes. This is about as fun as it could be. All right, what happened?
Unbelievable. Look at that heat. Yeah.
Come on, where'd it go? All right, is it down there?
Yeah,
there it is.
Yeah, I see it. 60.
Look at this, 50% to 49%. Incredible.
That had to be 32 to 31.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Incredible. So, hey, there you go. Congratulations. I am a gracious loser. I fight while it's alive, but I have lost.
It's hard to call that a loss.
It is. Hey, you lose by 1 point. You lose. You know what I mean? So I think that was awesome. Good, man. Yeah, the chat was bumping tonight. Totally. So Knobcraft says every mock he's done has him trading out of 4 and 10. Funny. I know. I like. Hey, you know, you can trade. I don't know. I think Joe Douglas is going to move at least something, whether it's 10 for Debo or 10 back to 20, whatever. I think we're going to move. That's what I think. But I think he wants to wait and see how the top 3 fall and unless somebody blows his doors off, like, you know, 3 firsts and a third kind of a thing. You know what I mean? If that's what it is. Okay, so let me get up my mock over the not mine, but the Beanbaggers mock. Let me see where the hell it is. Oh, here it is. Okay. All right. Let me share here. All right. Here it comes, everybody. So this is the private mock that we did in the Beanbaggers private exclusive mock that anybody can be involved in this stuff. If you join the Beanbaggers, the link is in the top of the description. We always have a good time, man, in there. We meet every Wednesday. It's fantastic. We do once a month classic game rewatches and obviously stuff like this. We had positional breakdowns with Dom C all year. It was great. So, okay, here's what we did. We started with Kayvon Thibodeau. We traded back 2 spots. I think we got an additional second for that. So we grabbed Devin Lloyd. Then at 35, we got Tyler Linderbaum. We went another weird route and got best running back in the draft by many people's assertions, Breece Hall. Then we got wide receiver Sky Moore. We got safety Jalen Petrie at 77 with our third round pick. That's what we got. We got a third for it. Jelani Woods at 111. Cade Mays at 117. Then we doubled on edge, got Jeffrey Gunter, doubled at wide receiver with Kyle Phillips, and then we got defensive tackle Thomas Booker. So give me your letter grades for this one. What do you guys think of this? Now, you see, we obviously added some capital. We ended up having, I think it was 2 trades, maybe.
Yep.
We got an additional 7th here. So maybe it was all the 1 trade. I think maybe we traded back from 10 to 12 and got a 3rd and a 7th. I think that's what it was. Something like that. But give me your letter grades for this one. What do you guys think? I think this is fantastic. Now, but again, look at the names. We rarely see Breece Hall and Sky Moore and Jeffrey Gunter and Cade Mays and never see Thomas Booker. He was just BPA for us, but we talked about that one. We did it. It was very educated. We thought about that one, right? There you go. PG loves Thomas Booker.
Do you remember with this draft, did you get any draft capital for next season?
No, we did not. Or I would have included it there. I'm 99%. I feel like I thought there was, though. But Did we end up with maybe that's what it was, Iowa? I feel that too. So Iowa reminds me we also got a first for next year. That's what it was. You're correct. Thank you, Iowa.
That changes the game.
It does change the game. So think about it. Now we got this draft and we made it 3 years in a row that we have 2 firsts. So there you go. I feel like we might have got a 4th too, Iowa. Why don't I have that? That's bullshit. Let me see if I have another picture here. Hold on. Maybe I have 2. No, I don't know why I didn't capture that. Anyway, that's what it is. So yeah, we got a first for next year as well. So let's see what letter we got. Some B's. You got, look at Jets Forever, being consistent. Hey man, when you're stuck, you're stuck. I get it. I appreciate it, man. When you've already spoken, you can't backtrack. I get it. He doesn't like anything. Kareem Mitchell, if JD is any good, he will wheel and deal like GreenBean. Absolutely. If you guys haven't seen my official mocks yet, they're fun too, man. I did one with no trades and one with trades. Let me tell you, I did 3 trades in the first. 3. And they're good. And they earned. Now, I made a mistake. The Saints don't have a first next year. I completely forgot that they did that in the Eagles trade. So I just think about it as a 2024 first. I don't care. Whatever you want to do. But there's an additional first in there. So thank you. A-, A, B+. Yeah, man. Jordan Vick says, love this draft as well. Only thing I don't love is running back in the second. I hear you. But when you can back it up, when you give Zach Wilson, Breece Hall, and then you can add Sky Moore and Kyle Phillips on the back end with Jelani Woods, Jesus. Now, hey, I happen to love Sky Moore, so maybe I'm a little bit partial. Let's see. A with the first. Yeah, right, totally. PG gives it an A. Iowa gives it an A. Dennis McMontalvo gives it an A. Bradigan gives it an A. Braden, there you go. Braden gives it an A. We got Devin Lloyd. That's all he needed. I think Braden was supposed to be working. C+. Yeah, PG says we need a quarterback. It's a cornerback. It's funny because I just don't. I don't think I would much rather fortify the edge, the linebacker, and the safety, and run it back with our second year guys, and Bryce Hall being a third year. Let them have their second year in the system with actual help. And maybe we already have our cornerbacks, man. Like, why mess that up? Unless they really know somebody sucks and they've been covering his weakness all year or something. Okay. But I feel like our cornerbacks are the only, especially adding DJ Reed. We paid $11 million for a cornerback.
I feel like we want a cornerback, but we don't necessarily need a cornerback. And those are 2 different things.
Yeah. I mean, look, you're not alone, PG. I mean, lots of people, they want sauce at all costs, So, I do get it. I just happen to disagree. That's all. Blitz says, sorry to disappoint everyone, but the pick is Ekwonu. Okay. You keep listening to Connor Hughes. Tell me what Connor Hughes has gotten right the past 2 years, and then we'll talk about it. Without giving 5 or 6 names. That's the only time he gets anything right, is when he gives you a mess of people. That's it. So, did we get the Vikings first? Is that what it was, Braden? I'm really sorry that I don't have that. It's pissing me off. Anyway, you guys are good. Work day just finished. Good for you, Braden. He's done with work. This is good. So I'm happy for you, Braden. You get to go see your little daughter, your lovely wife, and your beautiful home. Beautiful. What a great life we have, right, Braden? Old Dave Echeverry says, my green blood is boiling for Thursday night. I'm with you, man. I'm ready. So, Jay, here, I'm gonna do this. We'll wrap it up with a question. Jeremy.
Yeah.
If you had to bet $10,000, if you had to, who's our pick 4? Who's our pick 10? Are we trading? What do you see the first round looking like if you had to bet?
I think the odds are, I don't think there's anything that's better than 50% happening. But the thing, out of all the possibilities, the best chances, in my opinion, is Thibodeau at 4 and I just have this gut feeling that JT is in love with Jameson Williams, is going to grab him at 10.
You think so? Okay, so you're saying the most likely scenario, if you had to bet, you'd say KT at 4 and Jameson Williams at 10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Y2K, what about you?
Okay. I've been thinking about this actually for a while. If I had to bet on one player being a Jet, who would it be? And I believe it will be Kayvon Thibodeau at 4. However, at 10, I'm going to go a little bit different direction. I think they're going to want the size and they're going to want receiver. I think they're going to be a little bit enamored with some of the long bombs that Zach threw last year to Cole and to Davis, and they're going to want a big wide receiver who can go up and make those plays. I think their pick at number 10 is going to be Drake London.
Ooh, interesting. I like how you think, though.
Yeah.
I do like how you think. And I think that Joe Douglas has said speed kills more than once. Speed creates pressure. Pressure bursts pipes. He's protecting his quarterback, and he's going to give him time to hit the guys down there. If we do take a receiver at 10, I think it's going to be, if Jameson Williams is there, I think it's Jameson Williams. If not, I think it's Garrett Wilson. That's what I think. But I think it would be, I think the most likely scenario is Kayvon Thibodeau at 4 and Jameson Williams at 10. Now, Atlanta's a major stick in the spokes to that, but I think they're going to grab a quarterback. That's what I think. Maybe they will, and then just get him a wide receiver in the second. But anyway, good. Yeah, interesting. So we'll be talking about this all week, guys. I'm going to do something for you every single day. Green Beans Jets Pod is available now. I do my official mocks. That is I'm not doing any more mocks that are what I would do. I'm going to do a prediction video right before the draft, and I'm going to do my Jetnation full round mock for tomorrow on Jetnation YouTube page. But guys, again, please like the video before you go. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And again, if you want to get involved with the Beanbaggers, it's just such a great group, and it's growing every week. All you have to do is click the link in the description of this video, pick your tier and the subsequent benefits, and you're in. And I'll say hello to you and all that jazz, and we'll have a good time. Jeremy, why don't you let everybody else know what you got going on, my friend?
I'll do that while you bring up John Rogers put a last super chat.
Oh, okay.
So I'm putting it in the link now. I got a link to my channel, NFL Cast with Jeremy. I'm really close to 500 subscribers. Adam and I are on every Wednesday night on our Wacky Wednesday show. I'm on Friday nights with Nick Shine, and Sunday night with Dom C, our very own Dom C, who turns us on to a lot of these players and is one of the most important beanbaggers, right, in the Patreon. So that's what it's all about. It's in the Draft NFL Cast with Jeremy. Come join us, have a good time. Hope to see you there.
Yeah, there you go. Wait, real quick. So I just wanted to, Jack Burke, this mock here is the mock that we did with the Beanbaggers, my Patreon group, this Wednesday in a little Zoom room. We got together privately and did a nice, calm, collected mock. So this is what we put together last Wednesday. So we're just comparing it to our mocks tonight. Then I'll get to John Rogers real quick. Thank you again, John. Only 67 hours, 2 minutes away. Christmas for adults. Can't wait. Indeed it is. And don't forget, guys, we have the 3-day live stream over at Jets Talk 24/7. We are beginning approximately 7 p.m., I think, on Thursday. We'll do that till the wee hours. Then Friday, we're going to do it when they start, about an hour previous. I think it's 6 o'clock we'll start on Friday, and then Saturday we'll be doing it all day with you as well. So I recommend that you go over there. We have tons of guests. You saw Jake in here tonight. He's going to be there. All the guys are going to be there. Everybody's coming. All the Jets guys are going to be there. It's going to be a fun time, and I hope that you guys can join us. But now we got 67 hours, and we got 66 hours and 9:54 minutes, I think, or something like that.
We've been waiting for this for like 3 to 4 months, guys. It's like 3 days away.
Yeah. What do you got, Y2K? Got anything to tell anybody about?
Yeah, I'm just excited that I get to do the show with Jeremy on draft eve. That is super cool. I'm super excited to do that show. Virginia Jets fans, we're going to have our big draft party at AJ Gators. We're going to be doing our 50-50. We're going to have door prizes, and I'm actually organizing a little raffle. So what I'm doing is I wrote down about 40 or 45 different draft prospect names. We're doing a blind drawing. Depending on how many people show up, everybody will take 1 or 2 pieces of paper. And if they take a piece of paper with the player's name, if they randomly draw it, then they will get a prize. And that prize is actually going to be one of the copies I have of Earl Christie's book, former Jets defensive player who won a Super Bowl back in the day. I've got a couple of copies of his books. So we're going to be giving away copies of Earl Christie's book at the draft party on Thursday night. It's going to be great.
There you go. So you heard it, guys. And again, I want to thank you. You are, in fact, the most important people here. And I am forever grateful for you guys. 369 Mafia wants to know the link for the beanbaggers is in the description of the video. It should say Patreon. So that link should take you there. Let me just make sure here. Let me see what the hell is going on. Yeah, it's the one that says Patreon. You can help support the channel. That one is the link to the beanbaggers. Oh, and don't forget about the other link underneath that, guys. That's just a public service announcement from me to you. I'm not sponsored by that app or anything. I use it constantly. I do not buy gas without that app. It gives you money back. You know what? You just look at the app when you're before you're buying gas. If there's 2 or 3 gas stations, it'll tell you which one gives you money back. You take a picture of the receipt, and they give you money back. It's fucking crazy. I've saved literally thousands of dollars. Now, granted, I drive a lot more than a lot of people, but again, sometimes it's up to 25 cents off a gallon. It's crazy. And it builds up. So you can click that link too. If you use my promo code there, we each get 15 cents additional off the first time you use it. So that's helpful too. So guys, I think that's going to just about do it. No, we don't have any more super chats or anything, right?
Nope. We're good.
Yeah. Rob V says, salute to Jeremy. Indeed. Salute to you, sir. All right, guys. Well, thank you again. The final Monday Night Mock is now complete. I thank you guys for being here, and we will see you next.
1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8.
Donnie Lamb Jones. Wide receiver.
As a season ticket holder of the Jets, I'm going to fool
Ken O'Brien of California Davis.
Obviously, the Jets know something that, the people up there don't.
Fullback. Roger Vick. Jeff Lageman.
Jets just don't understand the draft all back.
Blair Thomas, running back, Penn State. Johnny Mitchell. The New York Jets select tight end from Penn State, Kyle Brady. Vernon Golson.
Cleveland traded the 5th pick to the New York Jets. And with the 5th pick in the 2009 NFL Draft, New York Jets select Mark Sanchez.
D. Milner. Smith. Jets select quarterback Christian Hackenberg.
Sam Darnold.
The New York Jets select Zach Wilson.
Future Pro Bowler, Elijah Moore.
Michael Carter, running back.
If you're one of those Jets fans going to our players' pages and ripping them, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to go out here and I'm going to say it. You're an asshole. I just want to tell you that. You might not know you're an asshole, but you are. I'm going to tell you, you are an asshole. Now, having issues with players, never a problem. You can feel any way that you want. But going to our own players' page and calling them names, fat, you're a bust, whatever it is, dude, that is absolutely outside of the normal paradigm of being a fan. You should not be doing that. You are an asshole. Okay? I'm not going to waver from that stance. That's where I stand. You're an asshole and you shouldn't be doing that.